Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. My name is Johnnyfrickinrico and this is MixTalkLive. Today we have a really very retro-esque episode for everyone here. Today's topic, as you can see, it's going to be on retro toys. Retro toys. So I encourage everyone in chat to give us your thoughts. Come down memory lane with us on this nostalgic little trip we're gonna have about retro toys. So, first thing I want to do, would like to welcome our panelists here. And we do have an icebreaker question that we ask every time we start an episode. So today's icebreaker question for all the panelists is going to be: do you play with your kids' toys or your younger nieces or nephews' toys? Be honest about it. We'd like to hear if you play with their toys. First panelist I want to introduce here is Wifey Loves Nerd. Wifey, please introduce
Hello.
yourself and if you can answer the icebreaker question for us.
Sure. I'm Wifey Loves Nerd. I am a stay-at-home mother. I have two kids. Yes, I do play with their toys, but we'll get to that in a second. um, let's see. I am a baker. I love DIY crafts. I'm usually found doing some type of craft in my house or sewing or just doing things around the house and trying to make things look pretty. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do. The icebreaker question, I want to say I do play with my son's toys, um, especially when there's like Lego sets that we'll go like to buy one, and I'll be like, yeah, buy that one, and it's really because I like it more so than for him. But like, it's also a bonding thing too, and so I feel like it's really cool that we buy a set that he's interested in, but I'm also interested in. So like I try to get him into Harry Potter because I like Harry Potter. So then, like finding like the Lego sets, the Harry Potter Lego sets, to put together and stuff like that. So, and not only for me, but for my husband as well. It's something that is a bonding thing with our son. Sit down and he kind of helps look through the pamphlet and go step by step and look for the pieces, and we kind of do it together. And we just recently put shelves up in his room so that we could display those Lego sets, because
Mm.
usually they just end up on the floor and then in a bag somewhere.
Okay.
So yeah, that's definitely what we did now is so that we could definitely now put the bigger sets up on the shelves and display what we've done as a family or together. But I think that's really the only thing as far as like a toy. I mean, I do play like with his Nintendo Switch at times, Mario games and whatnot, but as far as toys, like that's usually, or sometimes we get the Nerf guns. That's another thing we do. We'll get Nerf guns out, and we have a huge box of the bullets, and we'll just literally run around like kids around the house shooting each other with Nerf guns. So we've done that before too. But yeah, that's pretty much I think what we play with as far as toys go.
Okay. Thank you, Wifey. Next panelist I want to introduce is DJB Remix. DJB, please introduce yourself and if you can answer the icebreaker
Mhm.
question.
For sure. So, what's up, guys? My name is DJB. I am a bit of a variety streamer. I do Valorant most of the time, and I also do music sometimes with my wife, Rizaline. And I also do discussion type live streams like this. And that's something I really enjoy because we all get to know each other more. And we also get to know more about people in chat. So we totally encourage you guys to, as we're talking about these things, feel free to jump in too and tell us your thoughts on certain things regarding today retro toys. So, as far as like the icebreaker question, do I? So I don't have any kids yet, but
I don't either.
yeah. I remember though there was a period like a few years back when Rizaline and I were babysitting every Wednesday my nephew, and um, he had a lot of toys, but I guess the things that I enjoyed playing with the most out of his toys or playing with him with the toys were the building blocks because I'm a big Lego fan. I have a lot of Lego collections, so just the blocks that are like big size, jumbo size Legos, and just making that type of stuff together. That's pretty fun. Even though he just walk over and like knock it over, because that's just how he was.
Okay, great, great. Thanks. Next panelist, Rizaline Beatrice, if you could
Hi.
introduce yourself and
Sure. Okay. Hi everyone. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Rizaline B. You can call me Riz. I don't stream very often, but I'm on a lot of these talk show thingies, and I do a lot of collabs with everybody here. Um, yeah, we don't have kids, but I get a lot of stuffed animals. Um, I go like at Daiso, they have a bunch of stuffed animals, so I've just been buying a bunch of those. Go get that one.
Oh,
I got this. I don't know. It's kind of it's a I got this.
it's a shark.
It's
That's
a
so
shark.
cute.
It's like
Baby shark.
from like a dollar store thing. So I don't know. I guess I'm just been healing my inner child and getting a bunch of toys for myself. Just a bunch of stuffed animals. But yeah, I don't have any of those like squishmallows though. I know those are like super popular,
Mhm.
but I have yet to uh acquire one of those. So
Mm.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Riz. Um, our next panelist, if you can introduce yourself, this is Annie Talks, the one and only Annie Talks show. If you can introduce
Hello.
yourself and answer the icebreaker question.
Sure, sure, sure. Hello, everybody. My name is Annie Talks, or AKA Annie Talk Show, or maybe the other way around, Annie Talks, AKA. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, hi. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch. I started primarily doing, okay, I first started doing just chatting and then talk shows and podcasts. And then we discovered Twitch Sings, and that's all I did for like a whole year, pretty much. And then we just started gaming, started doing more music streams. And when Twitch Sings went away, started incorporating some piano. Not very well, enough to play for myself, basically. I've done a few collabs with DJB and Rizaline B. So that was a lot of fun. And also, I am a talk show host on online radio network. I'm taking a hiatus from them for a while until I can get back into the swing of things and land a really good job, that kind of stuff. So all that. Also, we brainstorm lots and lots of ideas that come through here for different types of talk shows or podcasts. So we have the Annie Talk Show, we have the Mix Talk Show, or Mix Talk Live, and now we're working on a third podcast. So that's forthcoming. I'm looking forward to announcing that in the near future. But it is involving some really cool people that I know, some really awesome gals. So that'll give you a hint. Let's see. As far as retro games or games from that I play, well, all of my children are older, so there are no children. There are no little pitter patter feet around the house. Although I do have a grandbaby, my very first. Her name, let's just say, Baby O. And she's right now. Her mother is getting her into some of those wooden type of toys. So they're wooden made. So the types that have xylophone music built on wooden platforms per se. Those are the kinds of things that I've been kind of not really playing with or seeing, but when I go to their house, that's what I see a lot of. So I've been kind of hanging out with them playing those kinds of games, but I don't have any little kids in the house, so no more toys for me. So thank you, but I'm happy to
Oh,
be here. Looking forward to learning more about everybody's retro toys that we used to play with.
okay, thanks, Annie. Thank you so much.
Yay!
So for me, I have all boys, three boys. Um, I have to say that my kids got a hoverboard, and my
Oh,
oldest was doing tricks and all this stuff, and I'm like, give me a try, give me a try.
Oh no.
Worst mistake, I almost
Ah,
broke my neck. And
oh
so,
man.
some of these toys, it's for the youth, it's for the young, and an old guy like me, you know what? I'll just watch them and enjoy it from a distance. So that's my story. Yeah, I like to play games with my kids, board games. I like to share experiences with them. But there's certain toys that's meant for them. It's not meant for me, so I'll just watch from the sidelines there.
At least you tried it. At least you tried it.
I tried it, I almost died, but well, thank you everyone for being here. We'd love to hear you if you have kids or if you have nieces or nephews, and do you play with their toys? We'd like to hear what toys you play with. Once again, this is Mixed Talk. This is our podcast where we discuss all things nostalgic and retro, but still very relevant to the world in which we live in today. We're happy you could join us. So we're going to take a trip down memory lane. The first thing we're going to do here, we're going to show a collage of pictures that our panelists put together. I've seen some of the pictures. They brought back a lot of memories for me on some of these, I tell you. But we're going to show a collage, and then we're going to we'd like to hear from chat. If you've had any of these toys, if you can relate to them, and as well as our panelist members. So anything you have to say, did you have one? What is it? Some of these pictures, I don't know what they are, to be honest. I'm just like, okay. So let's go ahead and get started with that, okay? So here we go.
Yeah.
Here's our slideshow.
Drum roll. Ha.
I think every boy has had this at one point or another.
That's the one that you could get in like little quarter thingy, right? Like at the
I remember
Where
they
you-
would come in like a
Oh, the
stocking
little
with a
Benny.
bunch of them.
Like
My
a
kids,
pack,
Oh,
right?
they
yeah.
have a bunch of these still somewhere in one of the storage units.
like
Yeah.
it has like a parachute with it.
Yeah,
Sometimes
some
I
of
think
them.
so. Yeah,
Some
yeah.
of them have the parachute, but they're great because you can, throw them in your pocket. It's just like a boy thing. Boys love those.
Don't you
Mhm.
kind of want to like bite it?
Yeah,
Is
they
that-
get mauled.
Cool.
There are many a victim of army
But
men.
there's certain toys that you want to bite.
That's why I
If
thought
you
it was
step
so
on those?
cool. I thought it was so cool in Toy Story, the movie, where those
Yeah.
characters is the
Yeah.
general, and then they were like the grunts, they were doing all the dirty work, go out there, get
Mhm.
that intel.
Yes, when Toy Story brought it back, right,
Mhm.
into their franchise films. Oh my gosh, that brought major memories. I'm like, oh my gosh, even though I never really played with them myself, my brother did, but man, just to even that's so iconic of for from my childhood especially. So yeah, that was definitely one to remember. Like I remember stealing them from my brother, and he would get so angry, so angry. Like,
Vittorio
how did I have
10
your army?
Vittorio 10 plus says his brother and I played with them and used rubber bands for the battle. Yeah, you could
There you
just
go.
stage battles and
Yeah.
all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, next one.
Mhm.
I have no idea what this is. So if anyone knows what these are, please tell me.
You're gonna. I think Johnny. I think you just offended like most of the people in the chat.
Whoa. Is that a Pokemon? Is that a Pokemon ball?
It is.
Oh.
What's inside it
I'm
though?
not. Well,
Is it a
there's one
card?
open, so I look at the
Oh, is it a
black,
card?
thing.
card.
So okay, my
It's a
bad,
bowl.
my bad. I know what a Pokemon ball
It's
is.
it's a Pokeball.
It's a Pokeball.
It's a Pokeball. Yeah.
It was a card.
So it comes with a deck of cards inside.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I think somebody in chat can add to that because I think someone in
Has
chat sent
anyone
it to us.
bought one? My kid had a Pokemon belt, and you could put the balls on the belt, and he'd go right around, and he'd just like throw it at people. I'm like, don't throw it at random people.
They used to have the Pokedex, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
little encyclopedia kind of thing. And but then like it's like the screen was like green. It's like that kind, like
Mm.
that old, with like the pixelated letters.
Mhm.
Okay. So anyone have
Uh,
those? Anyone had those growing up?
I
Mm-mm.
didn't. I don't think my kids did either. I think we've had like maybe Maybe a knockoff version of those. Not so
Those are fancy.
fancy.
Those look really
I
fancy.
know.
Like the ones my kid had.
Yeah.
They're plastic. You could totally tell, but he didn't care. He's just running around with them on his belt. Just like,
Yeah, exactly.
okay.
Fun.
Next one we have here. I've had these. My kids have had these. I think everyone's
Yes.
had these.
Litter blocks.
Classic,
Of
I mean.
course.
The classic
They're
blocks.
good for
Time classic.
early child development.
Sure. You
You know,
find those
you
in
go-
every nursery.
You go to
Yep.
some
Yeah.
fancy stores. You know they have fancy a home decor furniture. They have blocks. You know what I mean? That you can stack. It's like making an adult come around again. I think.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But who doesn't
They're
like blocks?
pretty.
It teaches.
Yeah.
They're wood. You can
There would.
build stuff
Yes,
with it.
special
You can
uses.
spell stuff with
Yeah.
it. It's universal. I think a lot of different cultures and
Yeah.
countries
You
probably
can
all have
throw them
blocks.
when you're mad. You can throw them at
You
people.
can kick them. You can destroy them. Build something beautiful. And just knock it down.
Throw it across the room.
That's right. I mean, the early exposures to colors, some of the primary colors as well, like the red, blue, green, yellow kind of thing.
Mhm.
Also, it's another way to get back at your significant other. You can leave them out overnight, and then if you send them to go get water in the middle of the night, they step on them.
Aggressive messages.
I'd rather step on those than Legos any day of the week.
Right?
Legos don't hurt as much.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, next one on our list. This just looks wrong for some reason to me.
Yeah, that says blow through the pens.
So who knows?
So, you
How
know.
does this work exactly? Who knows
I
how
know
this
how
works?
this works.
Okay.
So
Please
it's
explain.
like a marker,
Uh-huh.
but then the end is like you blow so that it creates this effect of kind of like spray paint
Right.
on the paper.
Or like airbrush.
Yeah, airbrush.
Like an
Oh.
airbrush.
And this is one of those like there would always be commercials for it, like blow pen for
Mhm.
3 easy payments of $19.99.
Right?
Call this number and they
But
accept
if you add an I to that, that's very bad.
No,
Yeah.
stop.
That's
Oh
why
my God.
that's why we said it says
Eye
blow
blow?
through the pen.
Of course. Oh, jeez.
So you have these then?
You know what? Maybe I did.
I
How-
did. I
Like
definitely
you
did have
did?
them.
How long did the pens last? Like how
Not
much
that
ink-
long.
Yeah, I would imagine that maybe
It
like
would dry
five or
out too.
six, 5 or 6 turns through it.
They would dry out too because it's open, so the ink
Yeah.
is there, so it would dry out. Yeah, I remember you'd have the little stencils like they show in the picture, and you could,
That's
switch
right.
colors and do it on the stencil, and then you would take the stencil out, and it'd be like, wow. But
And
yeah,
I remember the stencils like it's because it's booty quality. Like it's like cardboard. So
right.
if you're gonna
That's
like
exactly Pac-Man, Crazy Pac-Man. That's exactly what I was thinking. Could you suck instead of blow? Like, is that possible? Like,
No.
because that
Oh,
looks
when
like
you were
it
a
would
kid.
kill you if you drink it. I mean,
You're a
I
kid,
don't
you would
think
just
you
light one
could.
end and then inhale.
Ew.
That's it. That was your
Okay,
first
okay.
experience with
Okay,
blowing.
moving on. Moving on. Moving on.
Well,
Um,
wait. We used to do that in school. Remember the no knockoff versions in school? We put paint like on a little white piece of paper, take an actual straw, like a real straw, and blow through it and create like these
Yeah.
little branches that look like trees.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I mean, that's just kind of
Annie's
an
all about the
extended version of that.
knockoffs.
I
Annie,
know.
DIY.
I was poor. Did I tell you that I grew up in a poor
I had
neighborhood?
knockoffs too. I did too.
It's
No,
true.
there's nothing wrong. It's just like you're expert at it. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, next one. I don't know what this is called, but I know what it is. I'm pretty sure if I had one, I destroyed it as a kid.
Oh gosh, what are those called? I
bouncy
can't
ball?
remember.
Bouncy ball. It says Hop 45 on it, but she looks
has
like
a
she's
name,
enjoying it.
I did not have that.
I can't remember. I'm gonna Google it. I don't remember.
I had a
Looks
red one.
dangerous to me. I mean, I remember seeing these, but I never wanted to try them. I know that like my mom had like a ball like that, but it was
Well,
more for
yeah.
exercise.
I mean, that's like
a
the
medicine
kid
ball.
version.
Yeah, that's a medicine
Yeah,
ball.
or like
kinda.
a
Like a
yoga.
yoga ball.
Yeah.
So
I think it's called a hoppity hop, is what it's called. There's different names.
Huh.
Yeah. Hoppity
Probably
hop.
wasn't patented.
Oh, that's so true, Phoebe on Friends.
Yeah.
Uh, she had it for her 30th birthday or bride. This what does it say for her
They
30th
still
birthday?
make them. I've seen them before in Toys R Us when they were still around. They would
There's
be
just
in the
probably like a
stores.
weight limit. I don't know.
Okay,
A
but
size weight limit on the kid.
but I think I
Oh,
had one as a kid, but I had a lot of stuff as a kid, and I destroyed a lot of stuff.
Oh,
Me and
you
my
were one of
sister,
those.
we were just good at destroying things. You
Yeah.
know,
I
it's
don't
like
think I've had one of these. It's one of the rare toys I didn't have when I was a kid.
PB
But
on
yeah.
Friends bride this for her 30th birthday. I've never seen
Oh
Friends,
yeah,
but
yeah.
I
I
know
think I
Annie's the
remember.
expert here on Friends.
Oh my gosh. You're
yeah,
you're
I
you're
remember.
speaking
I know what this
blasphemy to me.
is. We had one as a kid. My sister had one, and it was like, if you had one of these in elementary school, A+. You get an A+. Everyone gets
A
A+.
plus.
The Cabbage Patch
Yes,
Kids.
for sure.
They were like they're harder to get a Cabbage Patch Kid back in the 80s as more so than to get a video card today, a new video card. That's how
Really?
hard they were. My dad actually traveled a lot, and he actually picked one up in England, which was a little easier to
Wow.
get. That's the only reason where we got one. And yeah, it was like a phenomenon. You remember the cabbage? People would fight, have fist fights, old ladies, for the stupid Cabbage Patch doll.
True. Yeah.
You bring up a really good point, Johnny, because like back then, like nowadays, like if you can't find a video card, it's basically you're searching all over the internet, right? But back then, if you needed to find a toy, you would have to hit up every department store in your area you could find
Mhm.
if you wanted to find a specific toy,
And these
right?
toys are specific because you want a girl with red hair, blue eyes, and you want it complete. You want it had like a adoption paper when you buy it. It has a name. So like you get a request like blue eyes, blonde hair, 3'1", and you had to find that. Good luck. I mean, being a parent in the 80s must have sucked.
And the '90s, yeah.
But yeah, these were like I bet my sister still has the one that we had back in the 80s. Like it's like a coveted thing to have. It's like I have a Cabbage Patch Kid from the 80s.
Right.
I didn't have one of these actually. Yeah, we
Had a
toys or
few.
dolls were not a really big thing in my house. I was a tomboy growing up with my brother, because he did all the sports and all the guy toys. But if I had one of these, it was probably short lived, and we probably tossed it because I'd have been like, oh, it's a girl thing. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. So
Okay.
yeah.
Next one on our list, I had this game. It's a board game,
Candyland.
Candyland.
Classic.
I like this. It's easy to play.
Yeah,
Hmm.
It's easy for
it's
a little kid to pick up and just follow the colors and the numbers.
Yes, this was a really good game.
yeah,
Lots of
it's
fun.
kind of like a timeless game too, because even now you can still pick it up. People still play it, kids especially, and I think it
Right.
has to do with all the candy and the colors and all that. It just
Mhm.
stimulates, you know, on a
So
board game.
there was an actual original packaging of this long, long time ago. I don't know if you saw it, Johnny, but when I sent it to you, but the original packaging was very simplistic compared to what that is now. So that's very vibrant. The
I saw it.
colors are very,
It says retro. It's like a
mhm.
reprint, right? Of
Right, right. So, but nonetheless, it's still the same content, right? So it still exposes you to all the sweets and lots of fun stuff. So yeah, and I definitely had this. I think I may have
Crazy
had more
Pac
than
Man.
one.
Crazy Pac Man
Hmm.
says, "I was a shoots and ladders kid." Yeah, I remember that one.
That
Yes. Oh my gosh.
was easy to pick up too.
Hmm.
Okay, next one. I had one of these. I had a used one because we didn't get new
Oh,
toys as
that's
a
so
kid. But I
cute.
had one of these, and I thought it was so much fun. I'd just be like doing my thing
You're
and
a little small
give you a
business owner.
chain. Yeah, it's a colorful cash register. Fisher Price made it.
Hmm.
That's cute.
And when I saw this picture, it brought back so many memories because we had one of these,
Oh.
and
Yep, I had those too.
yeah, it's awesome. It's just like you want to be an adult, you want to be the banker, you want to be the you know. I think at one point we put real money in there when we started getting real money. Like, hold on,
I
let
remember
me.
using like fake dollar bills.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You could put
Hmm.
IOUs and make your own $100 bill. Throw it in
Right.
there.
I've never had enough money, real money, to put it in there, so it was always fake money. We don't actually even make our own fake money. My brother and I. Telling you, we were so poor. We just take paper and literally take marker and color it like green, and then draw the
There
dollar
you
Oh.
go.
signs and whatnot. I'm telling you, we were super poor. So yeah, we would make our own money. Uh, and the coins, same way. We would draw them and cut them in little circles.
The wind blows, all your coins fly away. Oh my gosh. Okay. This is one I remember a lot. I
What's
love this
that?
toy. These are the color forms. So if you don't
Oh
know what color forms are,
yes.
it's like it comes in a kind of a rectangular box.
Hmm.
You open it up, you have a thing with it's vinyl stickers on a placeholder,
Oh, okay,
and then you
okay.
have a
Hmm.
playset that folds out, and it has this certain like texture on it so that
It's
the
like
vinyl sticks to it.
like a plastic. Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, it has like a gloss finish on the
Yeah, yeah,
background.
yeah, yeah.
That you
And
could use it
oh, we'd
over and
have
over.
so much fun with these. And they came in everything. They had Popeye, Transformers, GI Joe, the
Hmm.
Smurfs had a bunch of them. Care Bears, you name it. Anything, any theme you can think of in the 80s to late 80s, you could get it with this color forms.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And it was great because you could just take it with you, and you don't need any batteries, you don't need anything but your imagination just to make your little
Right. A little
story
Mm-hmm.
story.
happening live right there. Do you
Hmm.
guys ever play with the color forms?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, big
I think,
time.
They still
Yeah.
sell them at some Joann's and Michael's
yeah.
Yeah.
craft
Like
stores.
you
You
could
can
stick them on
find,
like windows and stuff.
yeah,
That's
Yep.
usually
and they last
that's
a long time. I mean, there's people that have the classic ones and they'll sell them, and it's just like brand new almost. You know, that's a cool thing with
Hmm.
it. It's something. It's like a book. You can just keep it forever.
Hmm. Those were fun.
Okay, this next one, I don't know what it is. It's
American Girl
oh,
dolls.
that's American
Yes.
Girl doll. Okay,
Oh,
Yes.
look at how diverse they
they
are.
don't look American. I'm just saying they look.
Well,
This is the
Yeah.
One of them's
2022.
Indian,
melting
definitely.
pot.
I know that
British.
Maria Osmond made this really, really popular years and years and years ago when she would
Oh,
promote her own branded Maria Osmond dolls,
oh, okay.
and a lot of them were showed not just the ethnicities of such, but even just like some like household things like
Mm-hmm.
oh gosh, I can't remember some of the things up top of my head, like living
Yeah,
country life or living, simplistic life, things like that. So
yeah,
she made those really, really popular. Yeah, but they are expensive. Oh my gosh. And
they
they
are.
yeah.
How much we
Were they the
talking?
same?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, let me look.
I
Were,
know that like so they started out as like there was a doll that lived in the Great Depression and like a doll that lived in like World War II, and then like one that lived in the during the civil rights movement, like
Right.
American history. And then there's also like books that accompany them. And then they've also branched out into like these that are like more diverse with like
didn't
different
they? Didn't
cultures.
they have it too, where you sent a picture, and they would make a doll that looked like you?
I don't know. Probably
I don't know
Oh,
if
I
it
didn't
was
know about
American
that.
Girl dolls or if it was another brand of dolls. But I know there was one where you would send a picture in of yourself, and they would make a doll with like your same
similar.
features.
Yeah,
You know, if you had
I believe it.
freckles or if you had whatever color hair, eyes, and then like the outfits too.
Wait, so what did the doll?
159.99. That's what Vittorio 10 Plus is
No,
saying.
Yeah, those are expensive.
They
They're
are.
like
there's some that start as low as 25 on up to
Up
about
to
100. Well, actually 170 now that I'm looking at it. Hmm.
the,
What did
Depends on the doll
the
too.
Great Depression doll? What did she wear?
I don't know, just
Oh, that's a good question.
I
Let
don't
me
know,
look.
Like a
like a
burlap
plain
sack?
no. I don't remember. I don't remember
They need to make a American Girl doll wearing like
COVID.
Oh yeah.
Pandemic.
COVID. Yeah,
Yeah,
COVID.
no, one day galore, and like it's a Great Recession
Oh
American Girl
gosh.
doll
With the
Yeah.
mask,
Shoot.
with a cell
Oh, that
phone.
would be funny with the mask. Yeah.
Those are
Uh-huh.
they are
Yeah,
expensive.
the
And I know
COVID
there's also
doll.
like there's like a American Girl cafe. So like you can like buy a doll, but then you can also like go there and have like a tea party and like with like
Oh, that's cute.
scones and whatever stuff.
They're
But
cute dolls though, and then the outfits look pretty, really like detailed.
yeah,
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm here for the diversity. I appreciate
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Inclusivity.
but 159, holy smokes!
Yeah.
It's like no,
I mean, they're special.
you're
They're
getting
specially
second
made,
hand.
yeah.
You're getting second hand American Girl doll.
that's for the grandparents to buy for their grandkids kind of doll.
I don't think there is
Well,
one
when something's that
available.
expensive, I like to buy stuff for my kids that I don't worry about it. It's theirs.
Yeah.
If they want to destroy it, they probably will.
Mm-hmm.
Go at it.
Yeah.
But you buy something like this for them, you can't touch it. I don't like that. I remember we had gifts as kids that my dad bought for us, but my mom wanted us not be able to play
Aw.
with them, and they put them in the front room. They put up she put it way
The
up on the
top.
top. And man, we wanted to play with it. It just made us want to play with it that much more. It was just like, and we would sneak up there and we wouldn't take it out of the package, but
It's like buying dishes, but you don't eat with the dishes.
Right?
Yeah.
You
Your
leave-
china that stays in the china
What's
cabinet.
the freaking point now?
I know.
I ain't got space for that.
That's
kind
a
of
bygone
stuff.
era. I don't think people today will do that
So
anymore.
I guess I think for the kids, I assume they're gonna destroy it, and that I'm perfectly fine with it. That's I you know
Yeah.
Yeah.
kids need to play with stuff. Period. And so, anyways,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just know that when I was a kid and I had dolls, my parents like we didn't donate them or throw them away. They would just give them to my cousins in the Philippines.
Oh, there you
okay,
go.
this next one I never owned it, but I've seen them, especially at Disneyland. We had a little
I
talk
like-
about this before.
Oh my gosh.
At Disneyland, you'd see people walking around with this, and I guess they sold it over in the New Orleans Square, where the
Oh
Haunted
yeah.
Mansion was. And
Yeah,
people
yeah,
would
yeah.
all day long be walking their ghost dog. So I'm not sure what to call
Invisible
it.
dogs.
It's called ghost dog leash, or I'm not sure what the
It's
proper name is.
I think it's called the invisible dog leash.
Okay.
And then
Yeah,
if you
but-
had one and somebody else had one, you pretend like the dogs are like sniffing each other and like.
And you
love
know what was really interesting about this leash? It wasn't just a regular leash where it would be loose and
Stiff. It's stiff. Right?
This was
It's
stiff.
like the dog's like
So it
pulling
looks
you.
like you're walking.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can actually, manipulate it or twist it in such a way so you can make it look like your dog was either, tall, short, whatever, even in some
True.
precarious looking position.
How much does this
Mhm.
cost, though? Is my question.
It
Mm.
was like 20
20
bucks
Probably
or
like-
something.
Probably like $10-$20, I think. Yeah.
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 Okay, I feel like
It
20
wasn't
bucks is
cheap.
the absolute max it should be costing, because if it's anything more than that,
I
then
love-
I'm like,
I
come on,
love
it's
those
literally
kinds of
just
gag
a
toys,
wire.
though. Like the pet
Right?
rock.
Yeah.
It's
Pet rock.
silly. I love
It's
it.
like if I put something in a package and it's nothing and I give it to you and I'm like, it's the Force. $10. it's-
These were they sold for like no more than like no more than $20, like $12, $15 ish. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But they were real popular, especially me as a kid growing up. I'd be like, "What are they doing?" And my aunt would explain
You
to me,
pretend
like,
that it's like pulling you and stuff. Yeah.
"Oh, slow down."
Yeah.
Mhm.
Vittorio, yes, you know all the toys. Oh my gosh. Are you there with my mom? No, I'm just kidding. You're sitting next to my mom? Goodness gracious.
Next one, I definitely didn't have this toy. I don't know anyone that
I
did.
did.
Dream
I
phone.
bet.
Ah,
I definitely did.
interesting.
I just remember the commercials all the time. The commercials, like you have the girls where it's like it's for you, and it's the phone where it's like the game is like you have to find out who has a crush on you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like,
Brilliant.
it definitely is not me. And I'd be like, oh man, that's the one I wanted.
No.
It's like the school janitor. Ah. I'm the one.
They say it's so sad. I'm like, no, I'm starting over again, and I'm gonna
I
make him
want
say
to.
it's the one.
I remember the commercial for this though, but I remember electronic. I mean, that was a big deal. Like
That's
when something
true.
was electronic.
Oh my
You
Hmm.
know,
goodness.
look at the girls.
Yeah.
Wait,
Look
so
at the
what?
picture. Look at the
Like,
What
packaging.
did
That's
you
how the
do?
'80s was. You know, it was
I want to know.
'80s and
How did
'90s
you
were like
how did you play this, wifey? What do you
So,
do?
so you play. I usually would play it with a couple of girls, and then you'd have the stack of cards with the guys' faces on it, which you can see in the picture. And so there was like a phone number. So when you would get the guy's picture, it would give you a phone number, and you would call that number, and when the guy would answer, he would be telling you either if he was the one who had a crush on you or not.
Oh
So
my
you had to
goodness.
keep trying, and I think you had to, like, I don't know if you had to roll a dice or something to get a specific card or color or something like that. And then that's what the, whatever card, corresponded to you. And then you would dial that number. Um,
Oh.
and I think too that there was another version of this game. I don't know if it was this one or another one, but there was one also very similar. I think it was called Girl Talk. This one was Dream Phone, where it was kind of the same concept, but if you lost, like if the guy didn't have a crush on you or something, you'd have to put a zit on your face, and it had like
oh,
a,
It's
Oh
a
my
sticker.
I
gosh.
don't
yeah, it was
like this.
stickers.
Oh,
Way to boost your
wow.
self-esteem.
Right?
Thanks.
And then
Right?
like be
Oh
covered
my
with like
gosh.
zits everywhere.
Is this discontinued, I hope? I hope. No,
I
I'm just
think
kidding.
so. It's gotta be.
I would like to see the pictures of the guys in this game and see just how diverse the groups of guys. I
True.
can't
Right.
imagine there's that many people of color in the in the pictures. That's
Right?
just what I'm
Yeah.
assuming here, but I'm going out on a limb at the moment.
Yeah.
well.
I,
I
I
second
agree with
your
you. I
hunch.
agree.
Okay.
I agree with you.
Oh, you would spin. Okay, yeah, I think that is true. I think it is like a thing that you would spin maybe, and you would get like
Okay.
whatever color or
Perhaps.
something.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
That's interesting. Oh my lord.
Oh my
Way
gosh,
to
that's.
yeah, perfect.
Guess who likes you in the talking telephone game?
I know. Goodness.
Okay, next one. I
Look
never
at
had one
that.
of these. I think my sister
Fancy.
had one version
Ooh.
of this at one point. It is the
Mhm.
Easy Bake Oven.
Yep, I had
That's
one
a
too.
modern looking one to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so. The version that I had was like all silver and
the square
blackish.
silver. Yeah.
Yeah, square silver. Yeah, and
Is this a light
honestly, I hated it because I was like,
bulb?
either my brownies or my cakes didn't turn out, or I wasn't following directions, or
I think it was the
something.
recipes that came with it,
It was
because
something.
or that it just didn't cook correctly, because they were
Yes,
always like undercooked and
gross.
just,
What is the light
yeah, it
Oh,
bulb?
just
I
yeah.
think.
Did they have
Okay,
it,
to?
I
it
blame
was fun, but it
I
wasn't the
blame my
greatest.
lack of
Air
cooking
fryer,
on
man.
Easy Bake.
Right?
Easy Bake, Easy Bake ran so no, Easy Bake walked so that air fries could run.
Yeah.
There you go. There
Yeah,
you go.
weren't you the one that told me that like air fryers are basically just easy bake ovens for adults?
True.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I use mine
yeah.
all the time.
So did anyone actually eat anything from an Easy Bake Oven that came out really good, or is your experience that
No,
they're
it
all
was
No.
negative?
gross. It
Mm-mm.
was I was grossed out. Yeah. I was like, mm-mm.
This goes in the same category as the American Girl dolls. Like it's like these are expensive,
I
fancy
don't trust no
gifts.
child to make food for me.
Were they expensive though? Were they
Right.
expensive?
I feel like these are pretty expensive.
I,
Yeah.
It's a mini oven with ingredients
Hmm.
and stuff.
but I thought it was like
I
low
don't know.
temperature and like it works on
Yeah, like
batteries. Does it work on
mm,
batteries?
I
No.
doubt
I
it.
can't
No, I
Probably
think you
plug
plugged
it
it
in.
remember.
in. I
Plugged it
think
in.
mine I plugged in.
Yeah,
I
you got
think
to plug it
so.
in.
Mhm.
Probably needs a lot of
Hmm.
power.
Yeah.
And I was really pissed because at one point I'm like, I can't get mine to look like the box. The picture on the box.
Yeah, but you got to understand
Why?
those pictures in the box. A lot of times, it's not really food. Nothing
Yeah.
looks that
True.
good.
I know.
I
I
saw a
know.
whole movie, and
Mhm.
that's all that
On
the
the
people did.
advertising.
Yeah, the advertising, like how they did
Yes,
it. They
yes.
don't even use real
True.
food. It's
Oh
I
yeah,
ridiculous.
know. A lot of times they use like glue or
It's
other things.
glue, and it's like Elmer's
Mm.
glue with,
Yeah.
it's the egg, the white part of the egg, and it's like,
Right.
oh, that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
We just revealed all the secrets about advertising, y'all.
Right.
Going on.
Okay, next one is one of my personal favorites. Back in the
Oh
day,
yeah.
Yes. Etch
Sketch.
a
Etch a
sketch.
Sketch. In fact, this was in Toy Story as well.
Yes.
Remember, he would be like,
Mhm.
"Hey, Etch, draw," and they like he'd
Got
draw a
yeah.
gun.
Yeah.
He'll do it really fast. Draw it really fast.
I could never maneuver it though. I could never get
That's
the
hard.
things to
It
turn
is.
right or left or whatever. It was always straight lines. Hence my only in or ability to draw stick figures in all of our drawing games. I could never ever get at this to maneuver correctly. So, for those of you that came up with artistic work, more power to you because I don't understand how that came about.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It
this is
required a lot of patience. Like
yeah.
I would get started and I'd be like halfway through, I'd be like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to do
There's
this anymore.
people that can do
I'm
like
tired.
full on like little portraits in these things,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Like that's
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of skill.
So yeah, that brings
It
back a
is.
lot of memories for me. It's like one of the things: no batteries needed. You would just take it with
Yeah.
you. If you're
Then you shake
bored,
it,
you shake it. I think you
yes,
shake
to
it,
Yeah.
yeah,
undo
to undo
Yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
it.
Yeah, it's full of thermite, apparently. Anybody ever seen Breaking Bad? Uh,
No.
No. Uh-uh.
what he did, what Walter White did, he's a scientist. He's a chemist, but the chemicals inside that like make it stick or whatever, it's made of thermite, and so, which is the same stuff they used in World War II, where if you take it out and then you light it on fire, it'll literally explode. Like they
Oh
literally put
wow.
like bags
Cool.
of thermite
Wow.
on
Really?
tanks,
Wow.
fill up tanks. Yeah,
Huh.
yeah. So
Wait.
it's a dangerous toy, but that's why it's sealed so tightly, I guess.
Oh, I
Because
was gonna say, so it's toxic, it's combustible?
yeah,
Goodness gracious. Wow.
Wow. Mhm.
That's
But
really interesting.
I think it's kind of iconic because if you really look at it, it looks like a TV, like the old school TVs with the,
Mhm.
you know,
yeah.
Mhm.
and I don't think they ever changed the look of it. It's always been the big red, um,
Right.
like rectangle shape kind of thing.
But I wonder about this because could they have made it maybe even like given a bigger screen because that whole bezel, that whole red bezel there,
I've seen a
that's a lot
smaller.
of
They make like a
yeah,
keychain version
Mhm.
right,
before that
Yeah.
got to be kind of popular. You know.
right. Hmm.
Okay, next one is I have no
No
idea what
paper
this is.
dolls.
It looks
Oh,
like
those are
paper dolls.
paper dolls. Yeah. So, okay. So I submitted this picture. As a kid, my mom would never be able to buy us dolls because we were so poor. I'm telling you, we were so poor that we couldn't buy dolls. But so to appease me, she bought me paper dolls. I'm like, why? So you'd actually have a cutout of the doll figure, and then you would cut out the dresses for each of them, and they had little tabs that you would basically put the paper clothing over the doll, right? And then you have these little tabs that folded over so that held in place. It's
Mhm.
almost like having like a zip, like a zip tie ish kind of, or bread tie where it folds down, right? And it's made with wire. And that was her idea for dolls for me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I was so upset. I was like, I'm the only kid that doesn't have a doll in all of Carson where I grew up. Yeah. So that was literally, I was traumatized as a kid. I just did not have a whole lot of like good stuff, I felt, growing up. So that was a paper doll, y'all. I don't think they make those anymore, obviously.
I'm glad
Mhm.
you mentioned that because I remember the folding part of it. You gotta like
Yeah.
fold it around and it's um
Right.
yeah, the folding.
It's
I had a
always been kind
magnet
of
version of it too.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where the doll itself was like a thicker I guess material, I don't know. And then the actual clothing was magnet. So you could just put the magnet clothing on the doll and, switch them out or whatever.
Mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think I've seen
Like
those too.
if you wanna if you It's like you're being a little fashion designer, and like you can color in the make designs of like the clothes and stuff. Um, but yeah, I think these still there's a version of this that still exists.
Mhm.
It's like on the
It,
box there, it says 160. So think it's 160 sheets
yeah.
or
Yeah.
Some of them are perforated,
combinations.
and you just basically punch them out, and
Right.
punch them out, and then you can mix and choose as you so please.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one
Oh, these are
is not really sure what this is. I didn't have these.
cute.
Is this you,
This was,
wifey?
Oh,
yeah, these were the felt boards and the felt animals.
oh
Oh
yeah.
man, you feel like I'm in Sunday school.
Yeah, they would use it a lot in schools for education
Mhm.
purposes. But I actually had one at my house. I had one at
Oh,
home. I think that my mom got for me or something, and had all kinds of animals, and I think it had like this standalone thing, like a little board, like a standalone board. And so you could, and it was, felt, and you could actually change the colors of the felt.
yeah.
And, you can make like a scene, kind of like the same thing with the color forms, where you could
Hmm.
make a story and
Yeah.
create a background or, and there was different things. Like, I think there weren't just animals, like there were,
Yeah.
doll ones. I think there were, um, educational, like with letters and shapes and stuff like that. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
we did have one, something similar to that one. I think with animals, I think is what I had.
Because it's like
Oh.
somehow the foam sticks to the foam.
Right, the
No,
felt, the
felt.
felt
Sorry,
to,
the
to
felt
the
sticks to
felt.
the felt. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that for Sunday school. We had a felt Jesus.
Oh, Noah's Ark,
Yeah.
they would they would
Yeah.
always yeah, we'd always use these in Sunday school for when I
Yeah.
was a kid, like,
Because it's
to
I guess it's easy
teach
to
Bible
transport.
stories.
Like you just have a big
Mm-hmm.
foam felt
Yeah.
board and
Uh-huh.
these little things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the
Nice.
fact that they're reusable, and you can take them
Yeah,
off and put it back on. And
and the material is it's not like breakable. It's pretty
right,
Mhm.
True.
soft,
right.
Yeah.
easy to
Mm-hmm.
work
Yeah,
with.
durability. That's probably the best thing about it. You know what I mean? So,
Look at that
yeah.
rhinoceros. Look
It's
how
kind of cool because there's multi layers, like the elephant ears. You can see that it's at least 2 or 3
yeah, it's
layers.
so cute.
The
Why is his
alligator
mouth all the way up?
has like 2 or 3 layers for the eyes. So that's pretty cool. That's neat.
It's
Mm-hmm.
so
Nice.
cute.
Okay, next one. I'm not sure what this is. I think I know what it is, but I
Ooh.
now
Huh.
are those? Does anyone knows what those are? On the bottom, do they have ink like you stamp?
No, these
No,
are little people.
little people.
They're called the
Like
little
Fisher
people. They're
Price?
Fisher Price,
Oh,
yes.
yeah, okay.
And they
Very
would
neat.
come with like a school bus, and it'd have the
Yeah,
little
yeah, yeah, yeah.
holes,
Yeah.
and you'd put the little
Mm,
people there.
I
Oh,
remember those. Yeah.
Or they had like a castle, little princess castle,
Yeah,
or
that's right.
an airplane, I think, for boys. Like they had,
Oh,
different
they had
automobiles.
the sets had pegs, right? That they plop
Yes.
into, right? That holds them in,
They're
right?
just
Yes.
holes. They were just little holes.
Yeah, but it's like a peg. You move to the tower,
Yeah.
and they put on the top peg. It's just like
And
a
if I remember
hollow.
correctly, I think some of their hair their tops, I think their hats or their hairs
It
were
comes off,
Like
right?
interchangeable.
interchangeable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the helmet and the
Hmm.
hair
Mm-hmm.
on some of them.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So they're just called little people.
Yep. The Fisher Price little people.
Right. Oh my God, Vittorio, for real. Oh, it's right there. It's right. I see him. There's two of them right there.
It's a
Yeah.
dog, isn't it? A
Yeah.
dog. Oh, anyways.
There
Mhm.
is a dog there too.
Nice. Thanks for the follow.
Thanks for the
Thanks for the
follow.
follow. Okay, moving on. This one.
Oh,
Yeah, this brings back a lot of
classic.
memories.
What like that's
Hmm.
such a classic thing. Well, the one on the left,
Yeah,
it's like the
For sure.
stacky.
Fisher Price, I
Mhm.
think, made some of the
They
best
are
the
they're the OG.
toddler baby
Mhm.
toys, like without a
Hmm.
doubt. They made the cash
Nobody had the one
register.
on the right.
No,
What?
I don't think I've
That's
ever
the one where
seen.
you would push the button and the little
It
things on the inside
spins.
would spin. Yeah.
Mm.
That looks like one of those toys from
Oh,
the
yeah.
Conjuring movies, that's possessed.
yeah. They do it. They hold
Push the button and the ghost will appear.
Dang it.
Oh my
I
goodness.
have to tell you, I played Phasmophobia with my kids last night, and holy smokes, scared the crap out of me a couple times. They've updated the game.
Oh,
Oh, and my kid, he
where's
knows
our
how to.
Yeah.
invite?
My oldest kid knows how to egg on the ghost to get them just mad.
Ah,
On the Ouija board. Oh my gosh, he's like, "You want me to do
You
it?" I'm
need
like,
to
"No."
you need to
Anyways,
invite us, Johnny. We need to play with
Yes.
you.
well,
My
it's the first time we
goodness.
played in a long time. I haven't played it in ages.
We haven't played in a
We
while.
haven't played that in a long
But that's
time
what that
either.
toy looks like. It looks like one of the Conjuring toys,
Oh my
right?
goodness.
And it'll just start
It's
spinning
in
on
the
its own.
Warrens Museum right now.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking. Like, has that happened where like you have some toy or like your kids had a toy and it would just turn on
Mhm.
out of nowhere? I
I
think
had
like the
dolls that would just
Kirby's.
start talking on its own.
Oh hell no. Yeah, like the
Oh my
Kirby or
Yeah.
like a Kirby Elmo or like a I had like a Barney one that you press the
I
hand.
think my kids have a haunted Woody doll from Toy Story.
Oh,
Oh
Miss.
my
Oh.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You pull the string and it talks.
He
You
like
know,
looks
we
at.
were so mean to our kids when they were growing up. Seriously, like we would get like talking anything, whether it be a doll or electronic something or another, and then like we would tell them, "Okay, it's time for bed." Like I would get them ready for bed, get them changed or bathe and change, and then my ex at the time would put like little dolls or something underneath their beds,
Oh
sadly.
my
And
gosh.
we go, okay, it's time to go to bed. They would go to bed, and they would be like, okay, good night, sleep well, bye, love you. And then we'd
Oh
leave, and then we'd press the
no.
button, and you can hear them going, "Mommy, Daddy."
I'm gonna do that to my kids for sure.
No,
100%. I'm
you're
gonna scare my kids.
terrible.
So funny. I'm like, oh my god. We were in retrospect. I'm like, we were horrible parents. We were so bad. But I want to comment on this Fisher Price game. My granddaughter, now many years after me, right, has this or has had it
Yeah.
at one point. And what I like about it too, and you know, when you live vicariously through your kids' eyes or your grandkids' eyes, and you look through their eyes and see how their learning process, their thought process. I loved watching her as she was putting toys or putting the rings back in. You know, just her her mobile skills, everything that came
Yeah.
together, the way that she would grip things, the way that she would remember, like go and it taught her. Her mom was teaching her, like, how to be, a how to clean up after yourself. Always, be good citizens, basically. So she would go and she'd put it in there and she'd stack it, and she wouldn't be done, with her quote unquote chores until she put her toys away. So that was her chores, right? So it's kind of instilling early responsibility, and I love that about her. About that, it's very educational, very simplistic, very educational, and the colors, everything. It's inviting and it's friendly and it's gets them on their good
Yeah.
path to learning. Yeah.
And these
Hi,
Mhm.
that one's
Phoenix.
plastic. Like that one's like a
I
plastic.
take toy.
If I remember, it's kind of squishy, or not
Yeah.
squishy, but you
Yeah.
could squeeze it,
You
and
can
it's like
dent
kind
it.
of hollow.
Yeah.
And then I've seen like wooden versions, and it's always like this where you like stack them. The sizes are different and
Right.
colors are different.
Right. I love that. Years later, they're still making this. I can't believe it. So cool.
Mhm.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next one. Here it is.
The
Intrepid, the
classic
ultimate disc. So I'm assuming it's like fancy
frisbee.
frisbee.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I was trying to find a classic frisbee, but any frisbee will do. But yeah, this was like one of our early learning tools as well as kids growing up. Learning hand-eye coordination from my dad, learning how to catch, learning how to throw, learning how to aim, learning how to go fetch your own balls or go and fetch your own frisbee, that kind of stuff. So it promoted a lot of athleticism, with me and my
Yeah.
brother. So yeah, that was a lot of fun for us. It was very simple,
Mhm.
just toss a frisbee. And that's what I wish my dogs would go after the frisbee, but they just look at me like, what? What's
Mhm.
that?
Or
We
if you
had a
ever go
dog that did
to,
that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, if you ever go to Pizza My Heart, these are the plates that they use. They're frisbees.
No, are you
Like
Really?
serious?
just slices of pizza in on the frisbees, and they give it to you. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Do you get to
Oh,
keep the frisbee?
I don't think so.
It's
I think it's
reusable? Oh, snap. Oh, my
be
goodness. That's
like toy and
cool.
food. This is. You don't
Right?
even get the
Yeah.
option like at that one bar. You can buy the glasses that they those real long.
oh yeah,
Right.
Yard
yeah.
house, yard
Souvenir.
house. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should
Yeah,
give
yeah.
you the option to at least buy it. You know what I mean?
That would
Right.
be interesting. Yeah.
That
That
would
would
be
be a
cool.
really good selling gimmick
Or
for sure.
just someone took it. I don't know where it went. You know. Oh, take these to the car. Go.
Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. We used to do that at Denny's.
They're like,
Oh,
where are
you're
the
telling
trays?
them.
Oh, my kids put it in the trash can. Sorry. Yeah,
Right.
okay, moving on. Oh, one of my favorites in the 80s growing up.
Hey,
Oh, snap.
G.I. Joe action
real American
figures.
hero.
This was like in the early 80s. Yeah, this was huge deal
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
kids my
Oh,
age, without a doubt. Um, yeah, it was just awesome. My favorite character in G.I. Joe and my favorite action figure was the Australian mercenary named Major Blood, spelled Bludd. Okay. That guy was just awesome. He had like a
Blood.
mechanical arm. He had missing one eye, an eye patch,
Oh, my
mustache. He
Lord.
talked in a weird accent. You know, it was just awesome.
So
Oh, my
funny.
goodness.
That was one of the
Yeah.
first ones I got to. I was just like,
I
this is
mean, I guess it was cool because it went from being like the ones we first showed, the that they don't move, to these that you
Right.
could move the legs and the arms.
yeah. The
You
only
know.
problem with the G.I. Joe action figures is their upper body and their torso is connected by this hook that's anchors on the bottom, and then it
Yeah.
has this rubber, like real small rubber band that's black that attaches it to, and it always breaks because rubber gets brittle through time.
Right.
So I'm sure there's someone somewhere that makes those and makes a killing on the vintage
That
toy
looks that looks like a
circuit.
choking hazard.
I had so many of them. I never choked on any of them. But
But
the
look at the little pieces.
well,
I know.
you always lose the guns and
That's
stuff.
Totally. They
Yeah.
would never fit. They would never fit in their hands, or they
But I
fit one
remember me and
time
my
and then
sister,
that's
we
it.
got we were so jazzed about the
Mhm.
Zartan action figure because he changed his color in water. It's like, how did they do that? You put him in water, he changed his color, and you could put a
Big deal.
face over his face to disguise him. He was pretty awesome. Zartan.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what I loved about GI Joes when I was a kid is that they were so much more flexible than every other toys out there. You know, you could pose them in so many different ways. You could put things in their hand. Of course, their thumbs would break off eventually. You know, I mean, that's
Right.
how it would be. But like, yeah, there's just so much you could do with them, and they were so like, um, so flexible, so movable, and so ubiquitous. There's so much content out there for GI Joe collectors or kids that
Hmm.
love GI Joe toys. So yeah, man, those were my
And
favorite toys.
they had the helicopter, the big
Mm-hmm.
the big jet. They had the smaller helicopter for Cobra. I remember too. I think I had the Cobra Commander base, and it came with like Cobra Commander and Destro included. It was like, all right, it's even better, right? And
Mhm.
yeah, even my sister would play with me with those. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
G.I. Joe.
What
Yo, Joe.
nostalgia.
Yo, Joe. Okay, next on here, it looks like it's a yo-yo, glowing
Just
yo-yo.
a simple yo-yo. Yep.
Yeah.
There was a
Mhm.
bunch of yo-yos that were like solid colors. I forget what brand they were, but they were um there was like a starter yo-yo, which was really kind of interesting, and it had like instructions on how to hold a yo-yo, how to maneuver a yo-yo, how to cradle a yo-yo, which I could never do. Period. So I'll be lucky to get a yo-yo just to bounce once and come back up.
The only yo-yos I had growing up was the ones you eat from the panderia, the Mexican bakery.
Oh my goodness.
I take 5 yo-yos. Yeah, those ones. No, the fresh ones.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Those are called yo-yos. Those are you can eat them.
That
You
sounds
better be careful because Bose is gonna come out with their version of yo-yo. It's gonna be like $500 each.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
like-
Fun
So,
fact.
did
you know,
anyone know how to do
yo-yo toys-
tricks with them? Like I never know.
Mhm.
I could get it to come up. That's about it. That's the only
Yeah,
I
thing.
was never
same.
good at yo-yos. I never even learned how to do the normal yo-yo.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, fun fact, Rizaline and I found out not too long ago that yo-yos were they originated from the Philippines.
Yes,
Eh,
they were.
And they're like they were used as like weapons.
I think so, something like
I
that.
actually
nuh-uh.
have
Oh, I think
it
you said
here.
that. Yeah. Somebody
I
said
actually
that.
have it here. I could read it if you want. It says the yo-yo is an ancient toy mentioned in Greece in the year 500 BC. By the 16th century, hunters in the Philippines were using the yo-yos as a hunting weapon.
Oh.
And it says, as fun as amazing they are to play with, it still hurts to get hit by one today.
Well, I can understand if you go like this, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's what they would use. I guess they would
Oh,
use it
okay.
for
That'll work.
hunting. Like they
That'll
would,
work.
yeah.
They need to make a video game where the yo-yo is like a weapon. You know what I mean? Like they use it that way. But you know what?
Yep.
My
You could
goodness.
play a great practical joke on someone, right? You get a false finger and you put it in your middle finger, and you go, "Come on, try the yo-yo," and then you go like that, and then the finger falls off. Ah, you know,
Oh,
you could
my
just scar
goodness.
someone for life with that kind of trick, right?
What a
Great practical
practical
joke.
joker.
Yeah.
This is one of those toys that like people would bring to school, and
Yeah.
there
Mhm.
would be
Yeah.
like a lot of people would end up bringing them that, and like the kendama, it's like a stick, and then there's a ball, and then you have to get on a
Oh
string, and then you gotta
yeah.
get the
Oh
ball.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
Like a
there was
Japanese,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
there was also
Okay.
that yo-yo. I don't know if you remember that had sticks. It was like you used
yeah.
sticks
It's like
with it
this.
or
It's
something.
like
Yeah,
a tiny
yeah.
yo-yo, and it's like, shook, and then it. I know
It
Oh
it wasn't
yeah.
attached to the string
it's
like these
Right.
are, like the regular
that.
yo-yos.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we had that in PE for like international games. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
That's
my
fancy
goodness.
Guess we used to do tricks and stuff with it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Next.
this
Next one.
wasn't quite the toy, but I knew this had to be like nostalgic for many of you guys,
Yeah,
right?
I think
The
every
old
kid at
famous
some point
gumball
wanted their
machine.
own gumball machine. Like
Yep.
you just
Mhm.
want it. You want it. You want the power. You want the
I want the
Your,
power.
you know.
I want to be able to
crimson
twist.
heads.
Yeah, I want it, but no restrictions. Just
Yeah.
See, I used to make money with it in my room. And the kids would
Oh
come
my
over and
goodness.
I'd be like, no, you gotta pay. You gotta put quarter.
Good for you.
look at wifey, the young
I'm gonna
business.
make them use real money on it, even though I could just screw the top off and take them out. Or I think you could just turn it and I think it would still come out anyway. So
Oh
that
my
money
goodness.
in there. But I'd be like, oh no, that
It's
it's not gonna
gone.
open. It's closed. It's sealed. You have to pay money for it. Make myself some money.
That's right. Smooth.
Mhm.
Capitalize.
Did anyone have one of these? I think I know I did at one point. Maybe not a big one, but like um,
Well,
even
I
my
think we
kids, they all
did.
wanted these when they
Yeah.
were young. It's like
Mhm.
Diabetic coma. I think we had one of these, but we just couldn't get the refills. My mom's like, no, I don't want to buy the refills. I'm like,
yeah, because
ew.
you don't want to see it go down. You know, it's
Right.
like,
Mhm.
but you don't use
Mhm.
it, it's gonna go old anyways. Good luck
Yeah.
trying to chew
Right.
that. Right.
Right. The
So
gum becomes stale.
Gumball machine.
okay. Oh, next one is a classic, very
Ah!
classic, all time. It is Gumby and Pokey, and
Yeah.
this is stuff like my parents grew up with. Okay, that's how old Gumby
Mhm.
is. I remember renting
Mhm.
videos on the Gumby show, and it was like from the 50s, maybe the late
Yeah, it
50s.
was definitely older than me for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
And
Yep.
he's gonna sing the Gumby song, everyone. So
I don't
prepare
even
yourself.
know it.
I
Gumby. That's all I
Da,
know.
da, 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 da.
don't remember the
Gumby.
song.
But the toys were cool because they're flexible. You could actually put Gumby on Pokey. Pokey's the horse,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
make
Wait,
him ride
now
around.
you guys know that there was a show actually called Gumby and Pokey, right? They
Right.
Yeah,
actually had a show.
yeah.
So there was a lot of stop motion, and man, was there a lot of stop motion. So all the, different storylines and whatnot. So it was made famous because, or the toys became famous because of the show. Yeah.
Mhm.
And the thing
Claymation
with
at its
Gumby is
greatest.
he could go into any book,
Mhm.
right? He
Yeah.
could enter books. That's the
Yeah.
whole.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if he wanted to go into the book of the Count of Monte Cristo, he could. You know,
Right.
he could. That was awesome. I mean, you could do anything you want with that cartoon, the claymation
Mm.
cartoon. it was one of the first stop motion that I think was real popular at the time.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but
Yeah, I had the toys. I remember playing with them, bending him all different ways.
yeah, you could really make him
Uh-huh.
You could
stretch.
stretch him.
There were limits. You could
Beautiful
you could tell
design.
there's like a wire inside the
Yeah.
arms and the legs, so you
Yeah.
could only
Yeah.
I
Uh,
tried to make him do the splits one time, and I was like so mad. I'm like, why aren't you doing the splits? He wouldn't do it.
she like threw him against the wall. That's what you get. That's what you get, you loser. No.
I know.
Okay, moving on. I don't know what this is called, but I know what it is.
Oh my
Lots
god.
of people had those.
Troll dolls.
Trolls.
Trolls. They're trolls.
The original troll
That's
doll.
Trolls.
right. There's
Before
movies now. That's true.
before Ray Next Door, there was a real trolls. Just kidding, because she always says she's a troll. But yeah, I remember these. In fact, it was in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think at the very end of
Probably.
it, he gives Yondu, right, that
The troll.
the fake one, but inside of it is one of the troll dolls because
Yeah. That sounds
they
right.
didn't want to give him the real Infinity Stone, right, at the end of it.
That's
So
right. It has a little gem on their belly button.
I never understood these. I remember
Yeah.
there was even a cartoon. They had a cartoon that was like trolls designed for boys, and they were like buff trolls
Nice.
in the 90s.
Nice.
But I always thought they looked so ugly. I never understood why they were so popular.
You know,
It's like they're ugly, but they're cute, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
I guess.
you just grow to love them. You know.
right, you just do. I think the colorful hair, I used to play with the hair, put little bows or little ponytails or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it had little outfits and, change their little outfits or whatever. And I thought they
They
were cute.
have
I mean,
the
I
hairstyles
don't
like
know.
the Don King, the boxing promoter Don King.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
they have to have the white one, the Don King troll,
Yeah.
Right.
in a
I
suit,
remember I used to like
and the
wave
white
them
hair.
like, and you would make it to where the hair would like stick up. Like you'd have to like shake it or something
And then
for the hair to kind of like.
they made like pencil end versions of them where you can stick on your
Oh
pencils, and then you would
yeah.
pull the hair like this, and then you would take it and
Yes.
like this, and the hair would
Yes.
go poof. Yeah.
Yep. It's because the hair was like a weird type of material. Like it's not even
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
not like the your Barbie hair or like
That's
the
true.
American Doll hair. It was just like a different type of hair. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just fun to
Yeah.
play with, It's like you just want to like
Mm.
play with it. So yeah, I think we all had trolls at one point or another.
I definitely did.
yeah.
I had a collection.
Okay, next one we have here. Oh, classic, another classic, iconic, I would say.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Iconic.
Hello
Okay.
Kitty.
It's like the Cabbage Patch
Yeah.
Kid. This was a phenomenon. It still is.
Mhm.
Hello
We also
Kitty.
have Hello Kitty Senpai in the chat. So
That looks like it's a plushie too. I think.
uh,
Yeah.
Hello.
I
That
never
Hello
had
Kitty
a
is
Hello Kitty
everywhere.
growing up, honestly, but I know that it was huge. It was so many people. Like for me in school, like I'm telling you, we were so poor that I would watch other people like take their pencil bags, their pencil boxes made with Hello
Oh
Kitty
yeah.
and
Well-
Hello Kitty erasers, Hello Kitty pencils, and
Yeah.
I'd be like
was
so
a-
envious, and I'd be
It's
like,
true.
But you
Oh,
never
Kind of a
had
tag
not even a
symbol.
pencil or an eraser
no,
or the
never, never,
notepad?
ever, ever, nope, never.
that's what most people-
I only had number 2 pencils and regular erase.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
See, I
I
would
remember-
deprived.
I remember in elementary school that was a cool thing. They had a pencil dispensary over by the office, and for a quarter or you could buy
Yeah.
custom cool pencils.
I remember
Like
that.
cool
Wow.
pencils, and we would go there and get
Wow.
them and keep them at our desk, and that was they were like, what a good idea, you know what I mean? Because it encourages, you're doing your homework and everything. It encourages scholastic stuff, but it's a way for the kids to add some like art, art to their daily routine. But that was a
Mhm.
big deal. Like, go get some new pencils. And they would have these awesome designs, you know what I mean, on the pencil. They're just pencils, but like, hey.
I would make my mom take me to Sanrio and
Aw.
Right.
and I'd be like, like when we would like do school shopping and stuff, and Yeah, I'm guilty. I'd be one of those little girls with like the case and the pencils and the
She'd be
erasers
like,
and the
look, Annie, look, Annie, look. Ah, hello,
well,
Annie.
I used
Hello,
to get
Annie.
in trouble.
Oh my gosh.
I
I
wouldn't.
actually used to get in trouble because I actually was really nice. I always gave away to
Oh,
like
Oh,
friends
how
stuff, and then my
nice.
mom would get mad at me because she's like, "That stuff's not cheap. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you giving it away?"
It's
But always wanted to share. Like, I was this only child, so every time I had other kids around, like I just wanted to give. Like, I always wanted to give them what
Aw.
I had, and so, but I would get in trouble later because half my stuff would be missing.
it's funny
You-
because you called it the Sonrio store. That's the name of it, but I would always call it the Hello Kitty store.
yes,
No,
that's actually what
Well, there
it
was
was
other
actually.
characters.
Well, it actually
Yeah.
was called the Hello Kitty store before. The
Hmm.
original name was Hello Kitty store, and then it was bought by Sanrio. But in retrospect, now, honestly, now that I look back at, and when I was able, and I made my own money, and I was able to go and get these Hello Kitty boxes and erasers and whatnot, I was like, oh, okay, I'll get them. I'll get them. I could not understand the hype. I'm like, are you kidding? This what? What? You know,
Yeah, we were
I
Yeah.
was
into
so
it.
upset.
It's really just the concept of it.
Yeah, and honestly, like their stuff kind of wasn't very. Some of it wasn't very good
Oh
quality.
yeah, they're
No, yeah.
made to
Hmm.
Like
be cheap, but
like the
But it was
eraser would never
expensive
erase.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
I
You can't
remember
it's the
erase.
Sanrio was
brand.
not
It's all
cheap.
about the brand. It's the
It
branding.
was.
You know, it's
Man,
not the
I think it was
they
quality.
got you.
expensive because of the cost of importing from Japan. That's
Yeah,
probably
that
what made
too.
them
True.
expensive.
True
But I
that.
remember them being like different characters. Like there was
Mhm.
Kiropi the
Yep,
frog.
Yeah,
yep.
Aruno
There was
Pecco, my
little
boy.
little twin stars.
Yep,
Little twin
that's Moreau.
stars. That's
What y'all
right.
know about that?
Pachaco.
The Choco,
Pachaco.
yeah, the
Dotty
dog.
Dotty.
They had one ear up, one ear down.
Aw. And they were always nicely wrapped, right? In their the packaging, everything about it was so cool. And you
Right.
opened up the box, had the very thin layer, the onion paper or whatever the paper
Yep.
is. And you, oh my gosh, it was so authentic. It was like, oh. But after that, I'm thinking to myself, I don't understand. What is the freaking hype about? I could not erase for
And
anything.
isn't there still Sanrio stores out
I
there
Oh
think
still?
yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
oh yeah.
they're
Hello
everywhere.
Hello Kitty is on everything, on makeup and bags and shoes and
Yeah, that's why I
Hmm.
say it's like
food.
iconic. I think it's on the level like Barbie is. Like
Yeah.
Barbie, you
Oh
can
yeah,
buy
yeah, yeah.
invitations, Hello Kitty invitations, Hello Kitty
Yep,
stationery. I mean, it's like a whole
it's the brand.
iconic phenomenon.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you show this to anyone, they're like Hello Kitty. You know, they're gonna know exactly what it is.
Oh, Bats
Exactly.
Maru. I
If
remember
you
that one.
showed
Crazy
that,
Pac-Man.
if you showed this picture to anybody, that's the first thing they'll say is Hello Kitty. It's very iconic. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that my grandbaby will probably know about it too. So
Okay. Moving on.
Mhm.
I'm not sure what this one is. It looks like
Oh,
Bit of
it's kind of a combination of
combination of
everything.
stuff. Yeah.
My
Mhm.
So
childhood
Yeah.
Mhm.
in
Nintendo
one
Game
picture.
Boy,
Mhm.
The
Legos.
Game Boy on the right was what I was trying to
old
focus
Game
in on.
Boy.
Yeah.
I never had a
Like
Game
the
Boy.
original Game
I'm gonna
Boy.
tell you this right now. I never had a Game Boy.
What?
I never understood the whole craze behind it. I mean, I understood. I understood, but like, yeah, I never had a Game Boy. I never had a handheld, to be honest.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That was one
Wow.
of our very first handheld games that my brother and I played or shared. So yeah, we played a lot of weird games on there. I think if I'm not mistaken, we played a football game. I can't remember what it's called
Uh-huh.
now. So yeah, we played a lot of weird games on there. It was so much fun. I thought we were so ahead of the time. Like, oh yay.
There was.
And the doll is that Stretch Armstrong doll. Where you,
There's the Stretch Armstrong, y'all.
hmm
Oh, that's what that is. I recognize
Yes.
that. Okay. Yeah, I had one of those. Yeah.
And the iconic Legos, right? The original Legos.
What's
hmm
the robot thing? Do you
I
know
don't
anyone?
remember. I don't
That I don't know.
recall. I'm not sure what that one is. But the one on the back was that a mini magnetic
Yeah, yeah,
doodle.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go.
hmm.
The one
It's
where
like
you
the Etch a Sketch.
draw. Yeah.
You you
Oh yeah.
write on it's like it comes with like a pen
Hmm.
that has like a
Hmm.
magnet on the end. So then it attracts all the magnet bits. And
Right.
then it also came with like stamps of shapes
Yeah.
and then
Hmm.
basically
Yeah.
Right,
write
right.
something on the bottom.
I
Yes.
won't lie. I still play with those.
I had that.
My kids would
I,
have them, and I would just. They're like, "You can have it, Dad." I'm like, "Oh, thank you."
Pac-Man says Game Boy defined the way I loved when I was 9, 10.
What does that mean?
Maybe I feel you on that, Pac-Man. What's funny is like for those of us that had Game Boys when we were kids, was the hardest thing was trying to play in the backseat of the car at night because there's no light.
There's no
Right.
There's no
Yeah.
light on the Game Boy, right? So you would play and you would wait for like the car to pass by like a
Oh,
lamppost. So you would just kind of like see every 10 or
Oh
15 seconds.
man.
I get
oh my
carsick.
And
god.
they would sell these kits. No, they would sell these kits to light to illuminate at night, but it took so much battery. It's not worth
Yeah.
it because it takes
Right,
twice the
yeah.
batteries of Game Boy that lasts is what for 10 minutes. It's like
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the Game Boy itself requires 4 AA batteries, and then the light requires like another 2 AA batteries and stuff like
Oh
that.
my
Yeah, my,
goodness.
my Game Boy broke because of like battery acid.
Oh
Yes.
no.
oh,
Oh my goodness. So funny. It was all games back then, or handhelds, or mini games like that were all made in the monochrome
Yeah,
coloring, so the silver, and then yeah, it was, oh my gosh. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. I feel you though on that, because there was absolutely try to play that at night when you were told to go to sleep, and we'd sneak it in our beds. And then me and my brother would be arguing, "No, it's my turn."
Oh, funny.
oh. Okay, going on. This is one of my personal favorites as a kid. It is
Oh,
Hungry,
yes.
Hungry Hippos. Man, me
Yeah.
and my sister, we would pound on those paddles so hard. It would be like I feel like the hippo's gonna jump out of his position. Oh my gosh, we had
Yep.
so much fun with this. This is just,
Mhm.
and it's a four-player
It was
game, but it's
fun.
really mono e mono kind of fun. You know,
I remember
Take two at a
one
yeah.
time.
player
Yeah,
just gets
yeah.
screwed and doesn't get any of the pellets.
I
If you play four people, yeah, yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
sit where it's like tilted towards you. So yeah.
exactly.
And in case you never played it, when you put the paddle, it moves the head and the mouth up and over to try to grab the pellet, those little white
Right.
Right.
pellets, and put it, and then it falls down into your little stash. So the goal of the game is to get as many of those as possible
Mhm.
to have the
Right.
most.
As quick as possible.
As
Yeah,
quick as possible. Did it have a
Yeah.
timer? I couldn't remember if it had a timer or not,
I,
or
Just
until
so
it
you
went away.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
forget
pretty
the
obvious.
exact rules. We just kind of made our own rules for a lot of this.
But we would lose all the freaking marbles, and I'd be so mad. I'm like, "Come on!" I'll be like, "We can never play."
my sister and I, we had like a mini version of this.
I think I did
Mhm.
too.
But what's funny is that the little marbles were like edible. I guess just
Ah,
to avoid like children choking hazards.
Oh,
They were just
oh,
sugary. They were just made of sugar basically.
Or
So
did you
we
just
just
like?
ate them.
Are you sure they were candy? Maybe they just tasted.
Okay, maybe I don't know, but they tasted sweet.
Uh,
So yeah, I remember just eating them, and so we just never had the little bottles
well,
back.
ew! What if they dropped on the floor? You'd eat them
You know,
still?
that's building
Ew!
my immune system as a
kids put
child. So,
everything in their mouth. Okay,
I
on
know, true.
everything, everything. They don't put it in their mouth unless it's been on the floor, Annie. Come on.
Oh snap! Okay.
Okay, so that is Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
Yep. Fun
The next one
game.
here, I've never had this one. I know what they
oh,
are. I wanted them, but they were
Connects.
out of my price range as a kid.
my
Yeah,
my
They were
brothers
expensive.
my brothers had some of these growing up. There's all
but
kinds of different ones though, but it's all the
Mhm.
same idea of like plastic pieces that like connect to other things and you build
well,
stuff
that's the
and
thing about it. It connects. It's like you
yeah.
watch a commercial. They always make it seem so much cooler than it is. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
the sound effects, the colors, the kid. They're almost like gloating you. Connect, and then
It's
it's
Right.
Well,
it's
and they,
it's
they had
great
more
marketing.
moving
Great
stuff.
marketing in the 80s and 90s. It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
We had a roller coaster of Connects, and it was really cool because it would
ooh.
go up, and then you'd watch it, and it'd do its thing, and then it'd go back up to the
Wow,
little step, and then
y'all were fancy.
we got that one year, and he absolutely loved it. Now I think we threw it away not so long ago because it
Yeah,
was in
it's
pieces.
yeah. They all just kind of get lost in a mix of
Yeah,
pieces of toys and all the different ones.
and they
What I
break
hated
really
about
really easily.
I guess for me, it's like I hated about these toys is that the commercials were so cool because they'd show you like the big stuff, but
Hmm.
like the stuff that my parents wanted to afford was just like a small like little starter pack,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because my parents never wanted to get me like the like I bet you this whatever this picture right here probably costed like 60-70 bucks
Mm-hmm.
back then, maybe.
That's a lot.
And my parents would get me like the $20 at most
Yeah,
type of
or
thing
just like
because
the booty
I
version.
was also pretty
And then your
pretty
parents give it to you, and they're like, "Go make the tank," and you're like,
yeah, and you wouldn't be able to make anything really with it. That's how they get you. They want you to
"Yeah."
buy more and buy more packs of it, but
Yeah.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
the Destiny game. You buy it, but you're gonna continually buy it 4 more times in a year. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, but I hear you, TJ. The refills, you need refills not included. And if you pause the commercials, you'll see, tank requires 5 refills, and
Yeah.
aircraft carrier 100 refills.
Well, what is this picture? What does it say? 700 pieces?
70 pieces. It says.
Yeah.
Looks like it's like a Jeep or something. So it's either
And
Jeep
is
or the
that a
sailboat. I
boat?
guess you can
Yeah,
make.
it looks like a boat.
Yeah, so it's one or the other. I think. I don't know. I never had them, so I can only dream.
Yeah, I don't think I've had these either. I had the ones that are similar to those. They were like round and had little holes, and you'd stick like little pegs in them and connect, and you can make. They look like at some point you created like a DNA or
Yeah,
atom or
Yeah.
I can't
Capsella.
remember what.
Oh yeah, I
I
know what
Hmm.
remember
you're talking
But
there
about.
was one called Capsella that was like
Riz
that.
is right
Yeah.
though. Like the hardest thing is you gotta put the pieces away. You know what I mean? And I think they
Hmm.
purposely they don't a lot. I don't know about this. I never had one, but a lot of them they don't give you a little package to hold it. It's very
Yeah.
flimsy because they want you to lose them. They want you to buy more. They don't want you to hold on to
Right.
Right.
all of them so you can find them when you need them. Yeah.
Dang.
Hmm.
So this
Oh,
was
that
made
was
by
fun.
Imagine. I think made it right. Imagine. Yeah.
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 Okay, going on, moving on. I think everyone can relate with this or some version
Oh,
of it.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yes.
Legos.
Hmm.
The
Legos.
bucket of
Big
Legos, the
bucket.
original Legos.
It's the
Yeah.
gift that
Yeah.
keeps on giving because as an adult, if you have kids, you're going to have Legos. You're going to walk in their room one day and you're going to step on one. And it's going to give you the worst pain for
But
the
these are
whole
the
week.
big Legos, right? Like
Yeah,
not
Only
these
like the
the
look
big
little
like.
teeny tiny
one.
ones.
No,
The,
they all hurt equally. The little ones sometimes
They
hurt more
all
because they hit that spot that you don't think you could hurt,
Yeah.
you know?
It's
Hmm.
very
Oh, when
Hmm.
I say it
true.
hurts, man. Oh man.
It
This is-
hurts.
I
You
used to
wanna
hide them.
you wanna
We were so
torture?
bad. We used to hide them in the a shaggy rug so that when my grandma would walk by, she'd step on the little Legos.
oh, poor
Oh
We did it
grandma.
on
man.
purpose. Like we would literally
Poor
hide them in the
grandma.
shaggy rug.
Oh no.
That's messed up.
I know we were
Oh
so
my
mean. It's like if
goodness.
she like told us we couldn't do something, we're like, haha, we're gonna get her with Legos.
Oh.
Oh,
And then later on, you hear her screaming all kinds of bad words every time she
Oh
stepped on
my
one. We're like,
goodness.
yes, we got her.
Got her. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
what's the big one called?
The
It's like
bigger.
there's like the bigger kind of Lego that's more
Lego.
for little kids.
Oh,
It's just
I'm not
Lego
sure.
Basic, so they're kind of small, but
Didn't
they're
these
all
come with
called Legos.
stickers too? Like that they have like eyes that you would put on the
Yeah.
Legos too and
Yeah.
stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
now
remember
they
that.
have those. Yeah, no. Now
Like
they do, yeah.
I don't think I had a whole lot of Legos. We had like the knockoff ones, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
So have you
Yeah.
guys all gone to has anybody gone to the Lego store like at Disney,
Oh
Disney
yeah,
World,
Hmm.
Legoland.
Disney?
It's
Yeah.
it's a
Legoland, yeah,
it's
I've
a
been there
kid's
too.
paradise and a parent's paradise too. This is
Like the
a
Lego
Yeah.
lot of
stores
room. There's a
too.
lot of room there.
Lego stores at the like Disney, resorts, that kind of stuff where
Or even at the mall, they have a
or at
Lego
the mall.
store.
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh.
mean, they
Hmm.
have like little building stations where you can and all the Legos are put in their little bins, their respective bins. You can pull them off and then create your masterpiece, as I call them, out on the building stations. And we recently, Pac-Man, myself, and I, and our friend Blip Majesty, and another friend, after a baseball game, went to downtown Disney, and we visited a Lego store, and I could not. For me, it was the most amazing thing to see our friend Majesty just legit focus. He was so focused on building this. I don't know what he built, but it was so cool, and he just could have put it together. And he was the concentration and the focus, and it just brings the kid out in you. Is what is my point. It was really cool to see that. So I mean, the fact that they have these building stations at Lego is really interesting. I don't know about now. I don't know how touchable they are, easily accessible they are now with COVID and not. So they may have restrictions on how they do those kinds of things
My
too.
friend
But
just
yeah.
went the other day. He took his daughter, and I think it's back to regular business over there
Is
right
it?
now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Just in
Yeah.
case, if anyone doesn't do 3D printing, there's two types of materials you can 3D print with. One's called PLA filament, and the other I can't think of what it's called, but it's basically Lego. Like when you're done printing it, it's the texture and the rigidity of
Oh.
Lego. So you can actually make your own Legos if you got a 3D printer that accepts that filament type.
Wow.
So just give you an
That's
idea
cool.
like how
Nice.
sturdy it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Interesting.
next one, it strikes a blow to me. I had this growing up.
Yay.
This is such a
Yes.
rip-off, such a blatant lie. Such a
Tell us
lie.
how you
We're going to
really
get to
feel.
it. We
Tell
have
us.
some videos later, guys, to show you the lies, the string of lies
The
with these
lies.
toys. It's Light Bright. My grandma and grandpa had one for me and my sister at their house. And the thing is like such a safety hazard. Like, I was afraid that we'd burn down the house playing with it. Legitimately. And I'm just going to get this off my chest. The pegs they give you, you can never build any of the stuff they show in the commercials. Good luck making that
course.
clown. You need like 10
Right.
refills to build that clown.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
it's a lie. It's all a lie.
It's all a lie.
Yeah,
It's all a
my whole
gimmick.
childhood's a lie. Thank you, Light Bright. Thank you.
It's all a
They're my
gimmick.
piece.
It's all your fault.
Yep.
Did anyone else have Light Bright growing up?
I did.
I did not. I mean, I thought it was not as expensive.
And
I just remember the commercials. That's all, and the
Yeah.
song.
I bet that thing sucks more power than the Easy Bake Oven. I guarantee it. I guarantee you can just feel like, is that normal?
I want to
You know?
know, how does it work? How does a light bright work? Does anybody know?
You plug it
The
into the
details?
wall, and and as you put the pegs in the little circles on the screen, it lights up. So that's how you kind of build. And they're different colored pegs.
It's
You
kind
know,
of like
there's
the ones that we have are like letters that you put for signs.
Sure.
That, like,
Yeah.
people make. It's like the same
Oh, like
same
a
idea.
yeah.
like a light board, I think they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have one. Yeah.
I actually have a mini light bright like in my son's room. It's a
Really?
little tiny
Oh.
one like this big.
Mhm.
Annie's
Nice.
getting an idea. She's like, I'm gonna put that for the back. It's gonna say Annie Talks,
And
right?
talk.
And hopefully it won't burn down the room.
You
But
gotta
we'll
get
see.
five refills.
Don't do it. It's dangerous, Annie. It's
Oh, dude.
dangerous.
I know. I gotta monitor it for sure.
Okay, so that's Light Bright. Next one. Oh, I never had one, but I had friends who had it, and I used to always play with it. They're like, "Go buy your own already, John. Go buy your own. Get away."
Were you one of those people that would go knock at your friend's house, and go, "Hi, can I borrow your crazy eight?"
So I need to make a major decision. Go get your ball out. But if you come to think of it, this is the same thing as that girl talk game, right? It's basically the same thing, right? You're like,
to some degree. I mean, they made it popular in Friends also when Ross was trying to make some decisions, and he shakes it and says,
Follows the ball.
"Check
Try
back
again later.
okay, so how many
Yeah.
of you had this?
I've not.
I didn't. I think
Oh, I
friends.
remember
I think my
borrowing my
friends
friends.
had it, but I don't think
Yeah.
I had it.
How many of
Yeah.
you, maybe you didn't never owned it, but you saw it in the store and you had to grab it? You grab it every
Yeah.
time. Just give it a good shake
Oh,
every
wow.
time,
Yeah.
right?
And ask it a
You're like,
question.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and ask a question. Yeah.
And then your friend turns to you laughing. What did it say? You know, right? Right? Am I right? Okay.
Yeah.
True that.
Okay.
Fun.
Moving on to the next one. We saw
is
something like this
this?
earlier, actually. The
Mhm.
magic
I've ever,
copier.
I don't think I've ever had one of these.
It's a
Yeah.
real copy machine.
This looks
It's a-
so intricate.
It's a real copy machine?
Really?
So
I
you're
don't
putting
know.
paper
Oh,
what
in.
it's
it is. It is. It prints
Is
on
it like?
paper.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
Is it
it
white?
printed out whatever you drew.
Oh,
Oh.
this is different
How
then.
does that work?
Probably very expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That seems so like involved. That's a
Yeah.
whole like high level toy
It
Yeah,
is.
that's.
for some
I'd love
rich
to know how
people.
that works exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
wow. Okay, that's out of my price range, definitely.
Yeah, that's totally out of my price range for sure.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's
Has
like, don't
anybody
even
had
look at the
that?
box. We can't afford it. Okay.
The boy looks like the kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
I know.
Oh,
See,
Oh
really?
yeah, he kind of does.
Wonka wanted him to get these copies done. Stat.
Other beauty vendors.
It's Charlie Bucket. It is.
It's made by Tyco. Okay.
Tycho, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow, that's
Wow.
so cool.
They made the
Hey,
RC cars.
but guys, I want you all to know we can afford one now.
Okay.
I'll buy
Okay,
two of
you.
them.
I don't need a copy machine.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Who needs those now?
I'll just send the
The
PDFs
joke's
now.
on you, Charlie Bucket. We don't even need a copy machine.
I know, seriously.
Okay, here we go. Next one.
Oh yeah, that one.
Ah, there you go.
There we go.
Just
That's
saying.
it.
The
The
Magna
not-
Doodle.
It would not look that good.
Of
No.
It never
course.
does.
I
It never does.
know.
It's
It's a
lying to
lie.
you, Riz. It's lying. They all lie to you. It's like,
And there's something about the way that you would make like a complete square or circle would never make it. It would never complete. Like it would never
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like,
or
what the
sometimes it
heck? Yeah.
separates. So you draw a line
Yeah.
and then it will kind of like go.
Yep.
Like the tic tac toe, you never get the line
Yes.
straight. You
For
know?
sure.
Yep. Aw.
Mhm.
And then you just lose all the little like stampy thingies too.
Mhm.
Aw.
Same.
Yeah.
And I think when you would erase, like if you had it for a long time, even if you
Yeah.
erase, you could still see
Yeah.
like what the last drawing was.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah. I had that. Good times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Feels good,
fun.
though.
That was fun.
My kids had some version of this they got somewhere, and I'd write on it and play with it all the time. You know, even as an adult, it's like
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna play around with their stuff. It's like it's okay. It's okay. I give you permission.
I have to make reference to Friends again. Don't they have this in the back of
The
Joey
door.
and Chandler's door? And this is what they use for their notepad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, don't you look at the board?
Audition. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Mhm.
Great.
Okay, the next one is a Nerf toy.
What is that?
That looks pretty
Hey.
awesome.
Oh,
like a
That's
Batman
great. I have
gadget.
this one. I have this
Really?
actual
Wow.
Nerf toy. Yeah.
Good for you.
You know what? I wanted this one because, well, I was in like third grade, and
Wow.
everybody in my class we're all into Nerf guns, and we all like. There's one day we were allowed somehow to bring our Nerf guns to class.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow, that's awesome.
Times have changed.
Yeah,
I'd be visiting the principal if I did that.
Right?
But this was
Wow.
cool. I liked it because it was also a shield. It was a shield
Wow.
and a gun.
What?
Oh, wow.
So you wear it on your arm?
Yeah, yeah. You put your arm, you stick your arm through that hole in the very top, and then like the trigger is like where you grip,
Ah.
and then you have like 4 shots. Like,
Mm.
well, actually, it's just the 2 bursts. So
Mm.
like the left side shoots 2, the right side shoots 2. Yeah.
And then did you mod it so that the ends of the bullets have push pins? My brothers
Oh
did that.
no.
Terrible. Why would you do that?
Because then you can, I don't know. So then they can poke.
Yeah.
things.
That just looks awesome. Even now, look at that. Look at that.
I know.
Nerf guns were dope.
Yeah.
I think they still hold up.
Nerf for nothing, you know?
Mhm.
Nerf or go home. Nerf.
That's
or
right.
Go home. Okay, next one here
What
is.
is this? With a hamburglar?
The Hamburglar from McDonald's.
Yeah. Okay. Now remember when we used to go to McDonald's and we used to like eat those
Happy
Happy Meals
Meals.
Happy
and
Meal.
whatnot. That yeah, there was a huge thing. I'm like, oh, I have to get the Hamburglar. So some of the I wanted to find some of the original characters from
Characters.
way back when. Yeah, but I couldn't find them all. So Hamburglar was one of them. What was the green one? The green blob. It was a.
Purple.
Do you remember?
Grimace. The purple.
Grimace,
I remember
right?
the
What
purple
Grimace
the
one.
was
Yeah.
green. He was
Yeah.
purple.
Purple? Oh, what the heck is a
Purple.
grimace? I just want to know. Anybody? It's like, what is that? What kind of character is that? So yeah, the reason why I thought that it would be interesting was
He's like
because
the grape soda that was spilled on the floor and
Mhm.
no one picked up. That's my theory. You know what? My theory is if you take the hat off the Hamburglar,
Mhm.
you'll find out that it's actually Robin from Batman and Robin. Clever
True. Oh my
outfit,
God.
Robin.
Nice.
So
He
funny.
doubled. He doubled as a Hamburglar and Robin.
Yeah, there's too much stress fighting crime. You know, you got to let off
Yeah,
some steam.
they don't emphasize the characters anymore.
No, and
Yeah.
that goes to show you how much some of these, these Happy Meals have changed over the years because now they're like crap. There's like, you barely even have a toy, or if you have anything in there, it's something,
Well,
it's
McDonald's
I
was
still like
supposed
to
to
buy
be
it,
like
though.
the affordable place to go take your kids. Now it's not. It's like ridiculous. I'd rather go to In-N-Out any day of the week than go
But
to
there's no
McDonald's.
toy.
Actually, now they do. I want to do a little promo here. McDonald's is having Sonic the Hedgehog toys with Happy Meals. So if you're a fan of Sonic or Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the new movie's coming out, go get your toys.
Go
They
get
also
your
have the
toys.
Sell them on
Sandwich.
eBay. No. But yeah, they used to have good toys with those Happy Meals. They're kind of crap. They've been crap for a while, but I remember a couple of years, maybe about a year or 2 years ago, they did release some of the classic toys, the good stuff,
Oh.
in waves
Really?
at certain McDonald's. Yeah, I think one of our streamer friends, he actually did a live stream. He bought like 20 of them, and he attempted to eat all of the
Oh hell no!
all of the hamburgers on
Oh, good.
stream.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
You know who
Well,
I'm talking about,
actually,
right?
If it's a kids Happy Meal, they're pretty small. So
Yeah, but 20 of them.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he was showing the toys. They were like reissues of the old
That's funny.
toys. It's pretty cool, pretty neat.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I miss that. The whole characters of like fast food joints. That was definitely a thing of the 80s and the 90s. I remember
Like
even
Burger King.
Burger King
Yeah.
had like
Yeah.
that kid cool. He was like a kid with a skateboard.
They had a kid in a wheelchair.
That's right.
have you guys ever been to Fat Burger? The advertisements inside Fat Burgers, like, if we gave you crappy food, we'd need a clown to cheer you up too. You know, that's oh, okay.
Ouch.
Oh my goodness.
Next one
Why?
here on our slideshow is it looks like it's a radio flyer. It's a
Radio
trike.
It
I
is.
never
It's a little
got
trike.
a trike. I never got a
Plastic.
trike.
You never
Not like
had a trike
this.
that
I had the
did.
plastic
I had
ones,
a trike.
the plastic ones, and I was perfectly fine with it. Even
I
my kids,
actually
they
was
had the
surprised that-
plastic
yeah.
ones.
I was surprised that I did get a trike. As poor as we were, we finally got a good thing. I'm like, wow, a trike.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a good investment to
hmm
Oh,
of the
yeah.
toy.
Yeah,
It was
definitely.
sturdy. It was,
These were the fancy
wheels.
schmancy. This is metal. It's got a bell. Look
Right.
at that. It's real rubber. It's like
You can like
styling.
scooter on it because
And it's sponsored by Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Okay. So this is how we would do it. Like whether it be my brother riding, he would be the one riding, and then I would stand on the two steps behind him, and hold on to him, and he would go, or the vice versa. So that was like how we got around for a little while. I'm like, oh my god, we're so poor. We're still riding on the tricycle.
It's iconic. It's very classic.
It was. Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah.
It was fun. Darn,
Okay,
I wish I had that.
next one.
Oh,
this is iconic as well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Reminds me of Toy Story.
Yeah.
Where's my angry eyes?
Mr.
Was
Potato Head. Mr.
Was
Potato
it
Head.
originally that like you put it? They just give you the parts and you put it on a potato?
Basically,
could.
it already has
Could.
holes.
Probably.
You could, yeah, you could. But you want to use an
Well, you'd have.
old potato. You don't want to use a brand new one.
I
It
was gonna
won't.
say you'd
It'll
have to
break the
like
parts.
push really hard to be able to get
Yeah.
those things
No,
through. But yeah.
you need to let the potato get kind of old a little bit. Then you can easily, you know,
Oh
plug and play.
no.
Plug,
Plug and play.
plug and play. But yeah, this is hugely iconic. And this led to what? Mrs. Potato Head, Baby Potato Head, Baby
Mhm.
Spud, or whatever it was called.
Didn't they have like a gender neutral? It's just the same thing.
Probably. I'm not surprised if they did. If they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. I don't know if we've ever actually had one. I think I had a hand me down and I was like, ew, what's this?
I didn't have one, but my son did.
All right.
Okay,
What's
next
next?
here. I'm not 100% sure what this is.
My Little Ponies?
I don't know.
Is it the
I remember them
modern-
looking different than this.
Yeah.
This is might be
My
a newer
Little
type,
Pony, my
but
Little
it was a really big
Pony.
deal in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was. It was definitely. I never had them, but I knew friends that did. Again, always me envious of somebody else. Like, dang it, you have that too, and Hello Kitty.
Well,
Gosh. Yeah.
kids in the 80s, they were terrible. They're like, you don't have a My Little Pony, you can't be a part of our social club.
That they
No,
were. They were
there was
bad.
a kind of stigma with
That's
some
agreeing.
of the kids. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like there was the
Sure.
Air
And
Jordan Club. You don't got a pair of Air Jordans. You
Air
can't.
Jordans.
Kids on the side.
You know, that's
Cafeteria.
true.
No,
That
kids.
reminds me because I remember my sister. She had a lunch pail, and
Mm-hmm.
like her all her friends had My Little Pony lunch pails. But my sister and me, being that my parents were super devout Christians,
And that you grew up in the hood.
well, I mean, what does that have to do with it? But being that my parents were super devout Christians, I had a Moses lunch pail. My sister had a Queen Esther lunch pail. So we went to school, and the kids would make
Oh
fun of
my
my sister. She got
god.
so like she got made fun of. So my dad, always gave my sister everything. So they went and got her a My Little Pony lunch pail, so that the other girls wouldn't make fun of her and single her out for not.
Ah.
Um,
Yeah, kids are terrible. Kids are
What would you tell?
terrible back
What
then.
would you tell your friends? I am Moses.
I know it was literally like the Charlton Heston Moses too, with like he has the 10 commandments in his arms on a mountain, and it says Moses. It was a red lunch pail. I didn't care though. I guess for me, boys were a little less particular about that
Lunch
stuff. But for my
pail.
sister,
Right.
she had she had a Queen Esther lunch pail, and she used it maybe like once or twice. And then I got her a My Little Pony lunch pail.
And
Oh
these
my
My Little Pony
gosh.
look like they're plastic. I remember the hair being
Yeah.
the like Barbie hair, like where
Yeah,
you could
yeah,
Yeah,
actually
Barbie.
braid it
Yeah.
and play with
Yeah,
it.
Pony
it
Yeah.
was
tail.
very stringy, like more stringy than this shows, and I think these are newer ones. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
these look
remember
like
being
they're
different.
plastic or rubber or something.
But
Yeah.
yeah, kids were terrible back in the day. They still are.
Oh my
You
gosh.
know,
They
They
still
I'm
are.
glad my
But
kids are all kind of older. They all kind of grew up around the same age, so you always had someone had your back. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
my kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, kids can be cruel. That's just messed up.
They were. They were bad.
This
I'm
next one
traumatized now.
is we're bringing back all these bad
Oh Lord.
grade school memories.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, this is
Oh,
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, if I'm not mistaken. I see
heck
Shredder.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
When I was a kid, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they were the epitome of like the action figures. They had so many cool stuff with it. The cool kids had the car that the Ninja Turtles were in, and then this thing. If you were hot shit as a kid, you had the Technodrome. I mean, like that's Shredder's or Krang's or whatever, like evil base
Yeah, these
lair.
aren't even the main characters.
That is
Whatever. Oh,
so
no, these are the
hardcore. That even makes an appearance in the Nintendo game, right? At the very end, you gotta fight him.
right.
The
Oh
game no
my
one can beat
goodness.
because it's so freaking hard.
Mm.
There was a kid that I knew who was super spoiled because he had every single Ninja Turtle toy. Yeah, I would
Dang.
go to his house, which was kind of like a Loki mansion, I remember, and like he had a room full of nothing but toys. Like literally, it was a room without windows. It just had one lamp on the hanging from the ceiling, and the whole floor was covered in like toys, and it had
Wow.
Technodrome there, and it had like all these other random GI Joes and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my god, it's crazy.
Wow. He
Yeah,
had a Toy Story room,
Mhm.
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
It's
Wow.
true.
So,
For
I've
me,
heard this story at
the
least 5 times.
yeah, for me the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came out later on when I was probably already in junior high or high school. But I
Okay.
want
yeah.
still wanted it. It looked freaking awesome, those action figures.
Yeah. Yeah, I was never allowed to get things like this though, like the Technodrome and stuff like that. My dad actually didn't even want me to get like the villains. He would never want like he would never let me buy like Shredder or Bebop or Rocksteady. It would always have to be the heroes because I don't know. He just thought that maybe getting a villain toy might corrupt me as a child.
So Pac-Man had written something here about his Ghostbuster lunch pail from a previous subject that we were just talking about, and he's talking about a drink thermos, and it just reminded me something real quick. When I was a kid, I didn't have a lunch box. Again, here being poor, we didn't have a lunch box. I remember having to bring like plastic bags and whatnot. But the one time that I finally did get a thermos, or sorry, a lunch box, I inherited my dad's old work lunchbox, okay? And in it was a thermos that was not the plastic thermos that comes, mostly in these lunch boxes now, but it was a glass thermos, okay? Let me just tell you, the glass thermos was filled with whatever liquid milk or whatever my mom would put in it. And I remember one day it dropped, it fell to the ground,
Oh
fell to the
no!
ground. And when I picked it up, trying to be all cool in school, I opened it up and all the glass had already broken. So whatever the liquid was that I was trying to pour out, here's me pouring it out, and everything just falls
Oh,
out, liquid and glass. And I was so traumatized. I'm like,
oh no!
Right.
dang, yeah. So I will never ever forget after that. Like
Oh my god.
now, every time I go see and I see somebody with thermos, I literally like I have major like anxiety, thinking, "Oh my gosh, is there glass?" They're like, "Glass? What are you talking about? It's not even a thing anymore." So they did away with glass ever since then.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was my one
glass.
childhood
Yeah,
memory. Yeah,
glass
horrible.
drinkware and foodware is tricky.
Especially with a kid. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, all
Terrible.
these repressed memories coming out in this
I
podcast.
know.
I don't
I
see
I
any
know.
happy one. I'm getting
Our
all these
impoverished childhoods.
bad memories rolling in. It's like, oh my gosh, they're coming back.
I need therapy after this. I gotta take
Maybe
some
all you need is
therapy.
an
Ah,
operation.
no.
This was a fun game. This is just
Yes.
fun. There's nothing quite like it that I can think of back then. It
No.
actually would buzz when you screw up. It says you're screwing up, basically.
Hmm.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with this one.
This
Tell
was
me
a
about your
skill game.
experiences.
There was a skill game for sure. That's well, I don't monopolize, but it was always about like who can get the heart out or the spleen or whatever the bone,
Isn't it
whatever
like
it is.
by value? Like you take this out and it's worth this much dollars? Is that what it says
Yes.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, but then there was always that one person that always got every single one of them out without ever touching, and I was like, whatever,
We,
whatever.
we we lost so many of those little pieces.
Yes.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember
They were
losing
so
them.
tiny. So
That's
Yeah.
cool.
And then we
Yeah,
would just like play just for the buzz, just for the
yeah,
buzzing
just for
them.
the bus. So fun.
True.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That was a game for
Was that?
sure.
That's not the one. Is that the one that's set on a timer? Like there's a kind where like it's set on a timer. You have to get them all out, and then if you reach the timer and it like it kind of jumps and then it like makes all the pieces fly out.
Oh, that's perfection.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfection
that's
is the
Okay,
perfection.
yeah.
that's right. Okay, that's right. With the little, you put all the shapes. Yeah, okay, that's right.
Hmm.
Where
You
you had to try, yeah, that definitely has a timer. But I think that the operation does have a timer of some sort, but I think it's just, and it
okay?
doesn't, nothing pops out. It's just you lose your turn, and,
Right,
and yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Ah,
Yeah, that brings
Fun
back a
game
lot of
for sure.
memories, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
the early foray into the medical field.
Yeah.
Yes, this thing. Yes, this thing.
Okay, I
This
have no idea
thing.
what this is. Just
What
take
That
it
is
away.
it?
thing.
What is it?
It's a thing you paint. So it like, so
Hmm.
those little colors. They're all paint, and it's like kind of on a
A
roller thing, and
roller?
then you use that brush. I'm all pointing at the screen. Use that brush, but it's like a wide foam brush, so you
Hmm.
can. I mean, first of all, this image is a lie because that brush would only cover like three of those colors,
All right.
not like all six of them. And then
Liars.
you
Liars.
could draw like a rainbow, or like you could draw
Hmm.
like a something in like multiple colors. But this was
Right.
like the three easy payments in 1999.
Wait,
Mm.
and was that it? Just
That's
draw a
wonderful.
rainbow?
Five
Wait, what
star
was that
rating
again?
too, Grizz. Five
Just
Yeah,
star
draw a
rating.
rainbow
basically.
and that was it?
Yeah, or
Oh,
just like
wow.
things in multiple colors. It's
Now I have a question. How did you paint with it without getting grounded?
Yeah, right.
Because my
And
my
on
parents were
what?
like, hell no.
On
I
what would you paint?
know.
All the
Yeah,
walls would be covered in it.
it's like
Yeah.
I painted my sister. I
Yeah.
painted the dog.
The
Yeah,
walls.
Everything's rainbow.
now he's a unicorn.
Yeah. It was
Even my sister.
Is it real paint? Is it real paint though? It was real paint.
yeah, it's kind of it's yeah, it's like a real paint. It's
Hmm.
just in like a solid round form, so you kind of it's like you roll it and then
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's
you make little
Wow, that's so cool.
Hmm.
Never had it though.
so. Wait, it's
yeah.
probably like what 1999 three payments, like so
Yeah.
$60. Oh wow,
I
It's
know.
just
wow.
about yeah, it's kind of like the blow pen, like those was around the same time.
Hmm.
Okay, next one we have here. I'm not sure what this is. I've
Tech
heard of it.
deck! Oh my
Tech deck.
gosh.
Yeah. Okay, what is
Yes.
this? How does it work?
Another band toy in people would bring to school.
I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
I was like in middle school when these came out, and like it I think it came with the popularity. It kind of like paralleled the popularity of like punk rock music.
Yeah. To,
Uh,
to, to,
Tony Hawk,
yeah.
Tony's, yeah, Pro Skater,
Oh,
Tony Hawk Pro
okay.
Skater. So
Yeah.
it's like they're like little skateboards, and you use it with like your two fingers,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
and you could just do tricks with them. I
Yeah.
mean, I never had one. I would just see kids do them,
Yeah.
and I'd be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Uh,
And you
yeah,
could change the tires and stuff like that.
Yep. Yep. That's
Hmm.
right. And then I know that the part where you put your fingers, it's like the same material as like a nail file. So
Hmm.
you just kind of
yeah, on a
file your
skateboard.
nails with
So you
yeah.
can do some shredding and get your nails done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The kids would bring them to school. But they would do like tricks on their
That's
desk.
a band toy for sure.
Yeah, so they would. Yeah, they would be like,
Hmm.
nope, you can't bring tech decks to school unless you want it to get confiscated.
Oh man.
Oh.
Be like, I'm doing my nails though, teacher.
Tech deck.
Yeah, as soon as you start explaining what it was, I'm like, I know what that is. Okay, I remember it now. I never had one,
Mhm.
but yeah, I definitely remember now. Another classic, iconic toy for
Oh,
all
for
ages,
sure.
without a doubt. Play-Doh, Play-Doh.
Mhm.
I love the smell of it. I won't lie. Just be like,
I don't like
Yes.
ah.
And I
And I
love
Mhm.
the
would get mad when
colors
my
a
kids
lot.
wouldn't put it back and
Mhm.
seal it because it gets all hard and nasty.
Yeah, dry.
Yeah.
That's true,
It
true,
dries
true.
Or
like a
they would
dog
like
poop.
stick it into other toys and stuff, and then it would get stuck, and then
Yeah,
like it
Yeah.
don't
just
mix
get
the
hard.
color,
And
especially white. Do not mix white with anything. Once you mess white up, it's done. It's done. It's like picking pieces of other color out of white. It's like,
That's so funny.
I remember you would take the whole wad of it, and if there was little pieces, you'd use that to pick up all the little pieces
yeah,
Yeah,
on
You're
your
like
table.
a
yeah,
sponge,
yeah.
like a sponge. Yeah.
Right.
So funny. Oh,
Mhm.
that was a lot of fun to play with.
I
My
remember
son has a bunch.
the one that like you use the Play-Doh because it came with like other things and like you put it in this thing and it looks like a person's like head and then it would come out, and it was like
The hair. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Oh
you like
yeah,
Oh
let
you
it
yeah,
could
you
trim
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 it.
it.
it. Yeah, I always wanted that. Yeah, definitely. They had different play sets, and that was like one of the coolest ones.
Yes,
You
the
could,
Play-Doh
with the
toys.
little plastic scissors, give it a
Yes.
trim. It's like, oh
Oh
man,
my
that's
goodness.
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, Play-Doh.
Yeah, I think they were designed to taste terrible to prevent kids from like actually
I
wanting
thought
to
it
eat
Oh,
them.
tasted
actually eating them. Yep, yep,
Yeah.
by design. Yep,
Yeah,
good.
Hmm.
true that.
it's got that weird taste, so it's like
Hmm.
saltiness.
Yeah.
This thing here, I never had one of these, but I
Hello.
know a lot of people that do for their
Hello.
kids. It's
Hmm.
like
A little
Hello.
sand lot or sand pit of some sort. Yeah,
yeah, it's like a
Hmm.
I've
portable
never had that
sand.
either, but mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
It looks like a portable like kitty litter.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like get those lumps
That's
out,
what it
boys.
eventually
Get
becomes.
the one that gets the
Get
most
the lumps
lumps wins. The one that gets the most lumps
Yeah.
wins.
out.
Oh snap! My cat. If I had a cat, it would be like confused. Like, wait, that's my bathroom. I'd be like,
I used to
no.
use my Barbies and then be like, okay, we're at the beach. And then
Oh,
put
there
them
you
like in the
go.
sand. Yeah.
I love that.
So cool.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
nice.
Okay, this next one, I'm not sure what it is.
No, no
The
clue.
no,
Oh, this is me.
those are plushies though. It looks like they're plushies, right?
Okay, so I was explaining this the other day and I was explaining it to Annie and it's
Okay.
so yeah, so this is it actually comes from a movie and it's actually pretty creepy because and I wish I could tell you the name of the movie. See if I can even find it. But it was where the dolls, the girl, the little girl, and she like sees something in her mirror,
Oh,
and
God.
she walks through her mirror, and it's like a land of dolls, and
Oh,
those were the dolls, and like they talked and they moved around, and I think one of them comes through the mirror in the beginning and comes through to her room, and then it like gets like stuck in a pile of clothes and the mom picks it up and throws her in the washing machine. You see the little doll in the washing
Oh
machine.
my goodness.
And it was I don't know why I was like obsessed with it, like so obsessed with it. We would go to Blockbuster and I'd be like that one, and my dad would be like again, like you watched it like so many times, and I just
What was the name of the
was
movie?
so obsessed with it. I'm trying to see if I can look it up. I can't remember.
so cute. I
Let me
totally
see.
used to think my toys were like kind of alive. Like, yeah. I like I have all these stuffed animals and dolls, and I like line them up in my bed and like tuck them in. Like, okay, good
Mhm.
night, go sleep now.
It was
Give them all
called
names.
The Hug a Bunch.
Wow, that's so
Oh, I've never heard
cute.
of them.
That's what it's called, The Hug a Bunch, and the whole
Huckaboo.
movie. Yep, The Hug a Bunch,
Interesting.
and people thought they were like creepy, but I thought they were so cute. I was like, I
Oh, they're
loved
so
it.
cute.
I'd watch that movie over and over and over.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
looking at
ended
like
up.
screen caps of this film, and it looks freaking creepy.
I told you.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Um, how many more do we have, Johnny?
We're gonna go through the next couple of them really quick. We got some
Yeah.
videos, commercials we want to
Yes.
get through, at least some of them. So
Yes, yes,
we're
yes.
gonna go through these
And
real
we also
fast. The
fun
next one
facts too. Fun
is
facts, fun facts.
Yeah.
Pog. Pog.
Mhm. Oh,
Hey,
hey. Yep.
Hmm.
any kid from the '90s will know these.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Slammers.
Those were
So
fun.
that's what
I
you put
will
your
never
beer
watch
on,
with
right,
my kids.
DJ?
You can fit it. They were so small. They were like little,
Mhm.
not that big, but
Yeah.
like, um, I just remember it was a game that I don't know anybody that actually played the actual game. Like you would just get pogs from everywhere. People would just give them out. You
Mhm.
would go to
Trade 'em.
recess at school and like
They
you
pass
had
them
friends
out.
that
Yep.
would just give you like their duplicates and stuff like that.
Oh.
And so everybody had like a little bag full of pogs. I would
Hmm.
have a bunch of them in the bottom of my backpack.
I remember
Yeah.
getting them even in a bag of chips
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
as like
Oh,
a
I remember
prize, a
getting them
bag of
in
chips.
cereal, like in your cereal.
Yeah.
That
That
too,
was the
yeah.
prize in your cereal. Yep.
Huh.
okay. Interesting.
Or
Mhm.
some I remember Taco Bell had like a promo back in the 90s where you would get a Nintendo Pog on the lid of your drink or something like that. Like if you
Mhm.
Oh,
pull,
nice.
then there would be like a seal on the top of the lid, and then you would pull back, and there was a Pog.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
interesting. Next one on our list here. It's a radio flyer. I had this for my kids actually.
I did
They
too. Actually, okay, go ahead, Tim.
well, my kid, they had a Jeep. They had a two people could ride in the Jeep, and then my
Mhm.
my oldest got a little bit too tall for it, so we got him a quad. And then he would attach this to his quad and pull the other two brothers in it. It was so cute. I got video of them doing
Smart.
it. It's awesome. They just go for,
Yeah,
all afternoon on it, and
for sure.
you could do so many things with it. It's so durable too. I mean, yeah.
See, and then
Mhm.
nowadays when you go to like the baseball fields or softball fields, people have the newer generations of red wagons, right? So this is the original red wagon. Let me tell you a quick story. Along with the trike that I had, which was also red flyer, or red rider rather. I remember riding on one of these, sitting on it. You're not supposed to sit on it to begin with, kids, you do what you're not supposed to do. I remember sitting on it, but do you remember see where the wheels are and it has that little red cap
It's a cap.
to cover the screws, the screw cap right there? I remember that the screw cap was off, and
Oh
my
no.
feet, yes, my feet were dangling on either side, and I happened to be like, right. I was like the first person behind the handle, and the person that was pulling it was being very, very rambunctious, and I remember he took a sharp turn, and the whole wagon fell, and that big ass screw stabbed my ankle,
Oh
and
no.
I bled. And
No.
I'm telling you, I thought, oh my freaking god, I was traumatized as a kid. I'm telling you, I had the worst childhood. But yeah, that was my one story from this stupid red wagon. So even though it was fun, it was like, dang it, you guys, man, don't do what you're not supposed to do.
She's
That
so
was it.
traumatized. She changed the name from Radio Flyer to Red Flyer.
What did I say?
Red
Radio
wagon.
flyer?
It's Radio
Red
Flyer.
wagon.
Yeah. It's
Okay, so
no.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Those
My
are
Okay,
useful though. Like
they are. They're super useful. Even now,
there's
I mean,
the bigger ones that like you could fit like at least two kids in there in addition to
Mhm.
your like picnic stuff.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like I'd use that to bring my
I
groceries
think
to
I
my
still have it outside in the
car.
front yard. It's there.
Really? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
used for hauling stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
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 When you live in an apartment, you would bring your groceries up the stairs or through the elevator with us.
And
Mhm.
they
Go
last
with.
forever. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, there's a movie if you've never seen it.
Durable.
It's really good. It's called Radio Flyer, and it's about they make a plane out of Radio
Wow.
Oh
Flyer
yeah,
wagon
I remember watching
Yeah,
with Tom
when I was a
Hanks is
kid.
narrating it. It's
yeah.
really good. It's about child abuse and all this stuff though. So
Yeah,
it's
it's a
a
sad
serious.
movie.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's got a good ending. It's worth
Huh.
watching.
The
I
only
Um,
was
thing with this and the trike, you have to make sure you keep it in really good condition because it will rust, and it rusts
yeah.
oh yeah,
horribly. Yeah.
but
Mhm.
compared to other toys, this even if you don't take care of it, it'll last quite a while compared
Yeah.
to other stuff. And you can
Right.
keep it
Right.
outside.
Yeah.
Next on our little montage,
Oh,
Rainbow
yeah.
Bright.
Collage, rainbow bright.
Oh,
Oh, look at that! How
Mhm.
cute.
I kind
Yeah.
of caught some of that.
My sister had this doll,
Yeah.
the Rainbow Bright doll. There was a cartoon,
Mhm.
I think, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very like Care Bears and My Little Pony.
Yeah, I'm
All
sure there's a
that.
song. I just
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I had a bunch.
So
Everything had
cute.
like a stick back then. You got to have the cartoon or have a
Yeah.
little comic book to come with the doll.
Right.
Right.
But it kind of reminds you of Punky Brewster. I think later like had like an outfit like that. Remember
Oh,
That's
that?
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She stole
True,
it from
true.
Rainbow Bright. This next one, I'm not sure what it. I know what it is, but I'm not.
Hey.
Hey,
Aw, come on. Y'all
you
don't
don't
know the
know
fucking
what it
Megazord?
is?
I don't know
Come
the
on.
name. I don't know the name. I know what it is. I mean, I know.
This is Transformers, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Transformers. No. This
No,
is
is
the
this the
original Power Rangers,
okay?
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord.
My bad.
Oh, I have
Oh,
the
I thought it was a
Transformers. Me
Transformers.
too. Oh my goodness! I can't believe I forgot
When I
that.
first saw this, I'm
It
like, this
is.
is not Voltron. Definitely not Voltron. But yeah,
I
you're
know.
right.
They
The
all
Power
look so
Rangers. That's
similar.
the
Power Rangers. Yeah.
Oh my
When I was a
goodness.
kid, like this was the hot item one Christmas. Like seriously, you could not find it. If you wanted it, you just couldn't. And I remember I didn't get one when I was a kid. Like I
Oh
wanted one, but my dad
yeah,
was like, I'm not gonna go to every single
yeah.
department store trying to find this. It's not a Toys R I remember going to Toys R Us, it wasn't there. And so my dad was like, well, sorry, I guess we just can't get it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the kids that did have it, it was so cool because they had like five different parts, you know, because the
yeah.
five different rangers had their own Zord, and
Mm.
then you could connect them all to make the Megazord.
That's a lot to commit to.
Oh, I mean, but it
Right?
was so dope.
Wow.
Radiger says we need dinosaur power now. Yeah, and the really hot shit kids, they had the dinos, the Dragon Zord too. Uh, that you could put the Dragon Zord onto the Megazord to make it the Ultra Megazord or whatever it was
My
called.
gosh.
It was it was a money well, of course.
Wow. I can't believe I forgot what that was. Nice.
Okay, next one, old school. They made a comeback a couple years
Ooh.
ago. Rock'em Sock'em.
Rock'em Sock'em. Oh my gosh.
Hmm.
Rock'em Sock'em robots, right? That's what it's called.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
This has been around for a long time, even before me. Like
Mm-hmm.
this was around.
mm,
Um,
I still see it too in the stores.
yeah, you can still probably buy them. They're probably not quite
Hmm.
the same, but the concept is there. The same concept. But yeah, this is kind of iconic. You know.
yeah, they made a few years ago, probably like 10 years ago at this point. They made a movie
Yeah.
based on the Rock'em Sock'em robots with
Oh,
Hugh
yeah.
Jackman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a period where Hollywood was just they saw how big Transformers became, so they're like, all right, let's just take a
True.
bunch of '80s toys and
True.
make movies out of them.
Yeah.
Right.
So they did Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
And if I
Oh,
remember correctly, if you're able to get your boxer's hand to touch or to hit the chin of the other opponent, you
mm-hmm.
knock their head off. You knock their block
Yes.
off.
When?
Yes.
That's kind of where that
Oh.
knock your block off thing came from. It's from
Yep.
referring to
You
this
knocked my
game.
block off.
Knocked, I knocked his
Yeah.
block off.
Yeah.
It's like okay, that's where it came from.
Yep.
Hmm.
More 80s
Oh,
right here.
oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
the
That's it.
Rubik's
That's the.
cube.
Mm-hmm.
I still have one.
The Rubik's cube.
I think I've only solved it one time ever.
I've
It's
never
one more
solved it.
time that
I
I've
got
ever
like
solved.
four sides. I think four sides, but then it gets
That's
so
right here.
complicated, and I don't want to
Yeah.
screw up what I already did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
Wifey's gonna
See?
solve
There
it
you
before the
go.
end of stream. Go for it.
Yeah, right. I could never.
I know people that can do that. I think our friend Local Deluxe is like a avid Rubik's cube
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
like
It
he
made
can
a
literally
comeback.
he's
People
done
were.
it like even on his stream before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
moving on. So we got Street Fighter 2 action figures. I didn't even know about this, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah.
I had a lot of these. Well, what's cool is that Street Fighter made a collaboration with GI Joe
Oh,
for this
Mm.
set,
Mm.
and so you had the GI Joe toys, but then they had a series with Street Fighter, and then they even they did a crossover on the cartoon, I think.
When?
So
Mm.
when I was a kid, and especially in the early '90s, Street Fighter 2 was just that was the game everybody was playing.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
know? Everyone was obsessed with Street Fighter at the arcades. If you had a Super Nintendo or a Genesis, you had to have Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
so yeah, these toys were like so iconic for me when I was a kid because
Hmm.
I just Street Fighter was it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had at least like 3 or 4 of these.
Nice.
Um, yeah. Anyway, GI Joes,
Uh-huh.
so great. I would always make sure that my mom would always come into my room. She's like, "Why are you playing with your little people?" And I would always be like, "They're action figures, mom. They're action figures."
Oh my goodness.
Next one here, another classic, iconic toy,
Ooh.
Simon.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Simon.
Was it also in like one of those Conjuring
Yeah, it
movies?
was in
E.T. wasn't it an E.T.?
no.
It was in one
It
of
was
those
in
movies.
that movie we had on the horror movie thing. Remember, it was called Paranormal Activity, the marked ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I
what it
showed it on your
was.
channel,
I
I
Yes,
didn't
think.
see
yes,
that
yes,
one.
yes.
Okay.
It's pretty
Yeah,
creepy
yeah.
because like
Yeah.
That's true.
Mhm.
it ruined
I
it for
know.
me. I don't want that shit. Okay, get it out of here.
I
Damn
know.
Now.
Super iconic.
Or isn't
Yep.
there one like that in the
It's
Keep Talking and Nobody Dies?
Oh, the bomb game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
One of
there's
the
something.
challenges
There's something
is
similar to that. Yeah.
that.
It's
Oh,
funny
yeah,
because
yeah.
watching that movie where they're using this, Simon Says, we're all making fun of phasmophobia. You know,
I
are you
know.
here? Are you
Are
here?
you
Are
here?
you a good spirit? Are
And
you
then
a bad
yeah,
spirit?
and then
You
it
know?
answers. Yeah, and then it only uses the two colors, red and green, right? So
Yeah.
any
So
answer that was
no and
true or
yes.
yes was red, was green, and anything that was no was red. Oh my god, it was so creepy.
It just ruined all the nostalgia and all the
I know.
icon from it. Gone instantly. Next
Thanks.
one, another classic. It is the classic, the
Yeah,
one and only
yeah.
Slinky. Slinky.
A slinky. What's
So
a
I did
wonderful
not grow up
toy?
in a house that had stairs, so I couldn't do the like cool thingy with the slinky.
I would do
I
that
have one
stupid
still
thing.
too.
I would hold the slinky and I'd be like, I'd ask my sister like to come over here. Then I'd like throw it, and it would be like, but it would always hit her. You know, it's supposed to
Oh,
just
heck
like
no.
give a
It
good
gets
scare.
all
But
tangled.
so I apologize to my
It's the
sister.
worst.
Yeah,
Twisted.
terrible brother.
No, it's the worst.
But
Oh
yeah,
my gosh, that was fun. See, now that was the original color, you guys. The original Slinky
Yeah.
was in
Silver.
silver.
Yeah.
And then they
and it
later
was
and
metal.
later
They made it.
years later metal, yeah.
They made it
And later
plastic and yeah, all these
plastic in
weird.
different colors, yeah. Gradual colors,
Um,
graduating colors and such.
Oh,
Mhm.
bro.
the next
Yay!
one, slip and slide.
Yay!
Every summertime, California, or
Yes.
Western knows what
Oh,
this is,
God.
man. It's like get out the slip and slide. This is like make the whole weekend. Get out the slip and
Yep.
But like, but you have to like, like,
slide. Get rid of the rocks. Yeah, you
yeah,
don't
Yeah.
want. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. You don't
Underneath.
just throw.
Yeah.
You don't. I mean, if that wasn't the case, you just throw it on the pavement on the street.
no.
You know, it's like you gotta clear. You gotta
Tear
clear.
down
Yeah,
like
you gotta clear out the
abominable
rocks.
flood.
Well, and make sure that there's nothing like after the little area, because sometimes you'd pass that, and like if there was like a
Well, the
bush or a
original
wall,
didn't have
hit the
that
wall.
big water, that big like
Right,
impressed
little
water.
pool.
You didn't have the original. Is like you just slide into like a dead end where
Yeah.
water. Well, there was a lot of water. You didn't have an
Right,
actual
right.
pool at the end. That came later, but that was awesome
Yeah.
too. I mean, that's just add a whole nother level to it. You know.
because,
Mhm.
but then like what happens is like as the day goes on and you're playing with it, everything just gets muddy all around.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
Dirty. Yeah.
I don't care.
Yep.
Kids are muddy. I mean,
Yep.
I used to have
and
on one of the kids' rooms. We used to have a sign, and it says "Boy, a noise with the dirt on it." That was the definition. So yeah, getting
Perfect.
dirty. That's the
Yeah.
number one priority. Next one here. It looks like we have
Oh.
like it's a little tiny.
It's a sit and spin.
Yep.
Is that what that's
Yeah.
called?
Sit
That
and
is a
spin.
Yeah, sit and spin.
You would
Mhm.
sit on it and you would hold the top and then move yourself around like this and you would spin.
You'd sit on it like crisscross applesauce
Yeah,
and wrap
like
your legs around it.
Oh,
It's like a
okay.
teacup ride.
I never
yeah,
had
like
one.
the
Not
teacup
even for
ride
the
at
kids before.
Disneyland. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I've heard of the name,
Mhm.
but I didn't know exactly what it looked like.
that made
But
me
that's
dizzy.
That's it. That's it right there.
And he's like, I'm on one right now.
See and say.
All
Yeah,
right,
see and
see and
say.
say. I think a lot. This is definitely real popular,
Mhm.
I have
nostalgic type of thing right here.
And the sounds were always so bad.
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
they were.
They always look slowly.
So the older ones, it had a string you'd pull, but now the new ones have like a lever you push down.
Right.
Right.
So they're
Ah,
trying
yeah.
to get you into the slot machine mode instead of the
Yeah.
pulling
Yeah.
the string.
Yeah. I remember the string. I had one with a string.
Yeah,
I guess
had
they
that one
break
too.
and people, they try to,
Choking hazard.
Yeah.
True.
yeah. So
And
I had
you couldn't reach in and grab the string anymore. So yeah.
Yeah, they'll never make sense, but it's to
Yeah.
get you to do the slot machines.
Ooh.
Do you guys remember this Spirograph?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh,
I
that was
remember it. I
so
don't.
much
I don't.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like look
You
what I
Yep,
you
I
did. They're
had one of
like
those.
you
mhm.
traced it. No, I didn't. I used spirograph.
You and then they come in little small ones, like small, large, medium, whatever ones, and then you would add a different pattern and a different color to create, something kaleidoscopy, as you can see
Mhm.
there. So that was really that was a lot of fun and entertaining, and
Yeah.
endless amounts of creative options.
Mhm.
hmm that was one of my favorite games.
Yeah, that was fun. I remember playing with
Oh
that.
yeah, that thing.
Oh.
Mhm.
I think someone in the chat might have mentioned this one earlier, or I could be wrong.
This is
Like
the two
clickety
balls hit each other, right?
It's a
Just
clack
like
clack.
What is that one?
It's a clack clack.
clack, clickety, clack.
Oh, yeah.
You go
Mhm.
click clack.
You would get
this
these at
looks.
the
It looks
party.
so
Yeah,
flimsy, like it'll break. You
yeah,
use it two
party.
times. You know.
Oh, the one that goes
Like
like
in
this.
goodie bags and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I would
Yep.
treat it like a weapon,
Yeah, that
Mhm.
I never had one of those. I'm
Yeah,
sure my kids
mhm.
have. It's
All the
just
toys that make really loud
it's
noises.
like
Yeah.
noise
Mhm.
maker.
Noise maker for sure.
Another '80s classic here.
The
Strawberry
is
Strawberry
that the
shortcake.
OG
shortcake.
strawberry shortcake?
Wow.
Yes.
I
The
had one that
OG.
smelled like strawberry shortcake. Like she actually
Yeah.
Yeah.
smelled good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all did. They all had a
Mhm.
special like a scent depending on the character they
Yeah.
are. The
hmm
blueberry, the little guy with the mustache smelled like blueberries. The lemon one. Everyone liked the lemon one though. You know, it's
That
like
that was
lemon,
Yep. She's so
lemon.
cute.
Did they bring this one back?
Not
I
that I
think a little
know. I
bit.
think it
I
never
had
really,
one of
it
these
never went
toys,
away.
definitely. The stretchy,
What
stretchy,
is it doing in
stretch,
the first
stretch.
Stretchy.
in the
Look at that.
first
You like wrap his arms around him
That's
like
really strong.
Whoa
Oh my
man.
god.
Wrap the legs like that.
Oh my
it
goodness.
was just it's hard to find a toy that does not break when you push it to the extreme, and that's what this toy was, definitely.
I cut mine open because I wanted to see what was inside.
Yeah,
Did you?
everyone does.
What was
Everyone does. It's
inside?
like
I did.
what is yeah.
What's inside?
It's like a nasty goo. It was
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah.
Ew.
Hmm. It smelled awful too, like chemically,
Ew.
like just
Ew.
gross.
Gross.
I
Who
love that
knows?
you were the type of kid that like broke it open.
I did. Like I would play with it for like ever, and then I'd be like, I don't want it anymore. Wait, before I throw it away, let me see what's inside.
You're
Cut
terrible,
it out.
APs. Cut it. Let's dissect. Let's dissect
You
them.
had a super soaker?
Yeah,
Poor toy. It's just like,
Oh my
please,
goodness.
no. Super Soaker. My kids have those actually.
Wow.
Never
Shoots
goes
up
old. It's one of
50
those.
feet.
It's like the slip and slide. It's like when it's hotter than hell. Get out.
Dad.
Get out the gear. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what this is.
for real. This went in tandem with the slip and slide.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. You just
Yeah.
make a whole weekend of it, basically.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
these were like made to seem like the fancier ones because you can get like the basic little point and
Mhm.
shoot.
Well,
water
yeah,
gun.
but that's why the
Yeah,
super
but
soaker
The,
was the
s-
name.
the
That was
Super
Right.
Soaker though, you can get the knockoff ones definitely, but when you get hit by the Super Soaker, you know it. You
Yeah.
know
Right.
it, and it's like it's
Especially
not
the
funny,
eyes,
especially if
the
you're the
eyes.
dad and the kids nail you with it. It's not funny.
It's kind of funny.
No,
It's pretty funny.
because when you get hit with this thing, man, your whole day is over.
It's like that really hard stream.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's. I think we're near the end, guys. This
Oh,
is
yay.
the Tamagotchi. Tamagotchi.
So I had a Tamagotchi. Actually, I used to work for Bandai, and Bandai used to make a lot of these toys, like the strawberry shortcake Tamagotchis, and a couple other, like the Power Ranger toy that we saw earlier. And then so we had access to a lot of these Tamagotchis, and they gave it to us. But being from there, working there, I never really had a chance to like test it or work with it. But I gave it to my kids. And over the weekend, we would be like notorious for killing them. We'll be like, oh, I don't know, they're not alive anymore.
Ugh.
We would never. I would forget to feed them, forget to wake them, forget to whatever. So it
Clean
always
the poop.
died.
If they pooped, you had to
Always
clean their
died.
poop.
Yep. So
Mhm.
I knew what this
Oh.
was. I think my sister had one, but she never let me touch. And my sister was kind of strange. Like when she would get something that was cool, it's like I'm not allowed to.
You're not allowed to touch it.
I'm not allowed to touch it.
You're
I'm
not
not
even-
allowed
you
to be
can't even
near
look
it.
at it.
And my oldest
can't
son
even
is the same
look at
way
it.
with his brothers, so it's kind of funny. He's like, "Give me a
Oh.
quarter, and I'll let you look at it." No, from a distance. From a distance. So it's it looked cool.
Right.
Anyone else have one?
Not anymore.
Whatever
They're
happened to
all-
yours,
Yeah.
Annie? Do you know? Did you give it to someone or?
We've moved so many times in my kid's lifetime that honestly, I don't know where half my stuff is. So my identity is probably somewhere in somebody's garage. There's so much stuff everywhere. Honestly, yeah.
Okay, so next one is the talking bear known as Teddy Ruxpin. He tells
Oh,
you
yeah.
stories.
Kind of creepy.
He's kind of
It is
creepy. Let's
creepy.
not kid around. In fact, if you
Mhm.
watch the new Child's Play, the remake they made, they have a version of Teddy Ruxpin. Basically, he's like the timid friend of Chucky, and it's creepy as hell. Yeah. And this is another thing that I always found creepy. The creepy phone.
phone.
It's like some poltergeist stuff. It's like I don't dig it.
Shoot.
It almost like a clown face.
Yeah,
But
when
I
you
like
pull
when
it by the
Rizzle-
string, the eyes move, and it's like I don't want that. It's not.
I like what Rizzaline put on the promo graphic where she said the original iPhone. That was so cute.
But yeah, and it has the little
Yeah.
mouth. It's just
It
creepy.
even has like the rotary dialing.
Yes,
This
Yeah.
is so
guys.
old.
I know.
What
I
the
think
heck?
it rings, or you can. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was in
think
Poltergeist, wasn't it?
I
it
think
was.
so.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. I
It
think
made
so.
a cameo, of course.
I
Next
know.
one here is a retractable traction.
The
The
claw.
claw.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Who
I
had
think
this?
I remember
I-
something like this in the 80s, but it
Mhm.
had like these little hand flippers come out of the tires to.
Yeah.
It's called the Manimal. The Manimal. The Manimal. Yeah, it's like you watch. You never
Oh my
forget that commercial.
Look how heavily gendered these things are.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
when I was,
know.
they knew
a
exactly what they were
kid-
doing in those commercials. Okay, they knew
It's like-
exactly.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Sell
exactly. I
some
mean,
toys.
for boy cartoons, they would always show these commercials for these RC cars, and they were so popular. And I remember seeing this one in particular, like, because it had claws, so that you could like make the RC car climb up rocks,
Lame.
Yeah.
and then they were like waterproof too, so they could go into rugged
Lame.
terrain and shit like that. So I remember one birthday, that's what I wanted, and my dad got me a cheap knockoff.
But we all know how this story's gonna go, right?
Well, it obviously was. It didn't have the claw tires, and it didn't have waterproof. It wasn't waterproof. But the first thing I did was take it out in the backyard where water was, and then and so as soon as I turned it on, it pretty much died.
Oh,
Oh my
Yeah.
that
goodness.
sucks.
But these were so expensive. Like they probably costed like $100. So
Right.
Well, maybe not $100, but like something that costed $49 back then. That's like $100
Yeah.
now. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
true.
true. That's
Yeah.
true. For a child's toy, yeah.
Inflation.
Yeah.
I mean, if you back in the day when they had the Millennium Falcon in the late 70s, that was like $60 thing, $59. But to a person back then, that's like a $200 product. I mean, that's
Mhm.
how
Yeah.
much money was worth then,
Mhm.
We got some. Looks like it's the Tiger handhelds. I never had a Game Boy, but I had a couple of these, and
I had the Little Mermaid
terrible.
one.
I've never had one where I'm like, this
I
is
don't
kind of
think I've
good.
had
They
one.
kind of nailed it out of the park. No, it's like this is absolutely terrible.
No.
I had the Little Mermaid one,
It's like,
I don't
Yeah,
think I've
it's just-
ever had one of those.
and you had to make her go up, swim up and down.
Oh, that's what it was.
I mean, if you had it on your, because they had some watches where they had little games on your watch. If it's for that, that's cool because it's something extra. It's already a watch. Why not have that? But
Yeah.
to have a whole handheld game dedicated to this terrible piece of crap, it's a piece of crap. It's basically
was.
3 images, and it just kind of like, it's
Yeah.
always latent too. There's latency, and it's just frustrating. you
Yeah.
know.
And if it was too sunny, like you couldn't see the screen, and it's like you had to
Yeah.
like
And even,
go somewhere
but
to
that's
see
the
it.
thing. Even when you do see it, you're like, you know, it's better you
I
didn't
know it
see
was
it
so
actually.
bad. It was so bad.
They're so
uh,
cheap.
Here's the cheap trikes. I had a Batman one of these growing
No,
up. It
this
was the
was a big
coolest thing
wheel.
ever.
That's
It
the
had a
classic one.
siren on it. It
Wheel.
was Batman. It was
It
awesome.
wasn't a trike. It was a big wheel. It was a
Whatever,
iconic big
whatever. I
wheel.
call it. Okay, big wheel. Okay, Andy had the metal
Mm.
one. It's a trike. This is a
This
big
is
wheel.
this was made popular in the movie Lilo and Stitch. Also,
Oh
when
yeah,
Stitch,
yeah,
yeah, when Lilo rather, when Lilo would get around and
No, no,
yeah,
no, no,
yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
This
yeah,
movie, no. This was made popular in the 1980 movie The Shining, as little Danny Lloyd is riding
Oh,
around and he
oh,
runs
that's
into the
kinda
two twin
true.
sisters who say, "Come and play with us, Danny,
Mhm.
forever
oh
and
my goodness,
ever and ever."
and ever.
That's 1980. Okay, there you go.
I just want to paint it and like customize it.
Right?
I had one that
It's
was like
cool.
Batman. It was Batman basically.
Nice.
It
That's
had
cool.
Mm.
a siren on it. It was freaking awesome. I mean, my kids. I remember one day I was driving home after a long day of work, and I'm about 2 blocks away, and I open the garage door, and I'm turning the corner, and I see some kid in a diaper on his trike, and I'm like, wow, some people. And then I pull in, and my wife's in the garage, and she's like, I can't find Joshua, and I'm like,
Oh no,
she's panicked. I go, he's down the
watch this.
street.
This your kid.
I go out there. Yeah, he's on his trike. He's like 2 years old, maybe. And then some ladies are talking with him, like, little boy, what are you doing here? And oh my gosh. And then he sees me. He goes, Daddy, look what I got. I got the trike. Oh my. And I was so mad at my wife at the time because
Little
I was
boy.
so
Oh
mad.
my
It's like,
god.
can't you watch him? What the hell's, you know what I mean? It was pissed me off because
He
I don't
took
blame
off.
him. I don't blame him. It's
Oh
like,
my
I don't,
goodness.
he's at least 4 or 5 blocks away from the house. Is
Oh
but he's
wow.
just
I
like in a
can't find
diaper.
him.
His feet were black from running around
Oh
carrying the
my
trike.
god.
So, you know, that's what I think of too
Creative
when I see
space.
this.
Oh my goodness.
So
Okay,
funny.
Twister, another awesome board game.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That was a lot of fun. Party fun. A lot of
Yep.
parties started that way.
My
That's how
cousins
that's how
still
you
have
hook
that
up,
game.
okay? Hey, you want to play some
Don't forget to say it. Don't forget to say it.
right hand, blue, red hand on you. Okay, just look at the box. Look at their expression. Look at the guys.
Exactly.
They're
Look at
like, I finally got
kids.
her. I finally got her. And
Finally
the poor guy with the spinning wheel, he's like, I want to play.
He's looking back
Oh
like,
my
yeah,
god.
this is my game tonight.
Yeah. He's saying I got game.
Let's play the game
Yeah.
that ties you up in knots. Oh Lord.
Oh my god. Okay,
God.
let's get your mind out of the gutter. Here's before Twitch Sings was a thing, there was
Oh,
Before
wow. This thing.
Yeah.
micro karaoke.
Yep, with a
I had
cassette player.
something like that.
It's like, let me
You
record
know,
you.
funny story. Who was it? Oh no, it was in the movie Elf. Was it not Elf, where the
Yeah.
department store manager would walk around and talk in one of those as he was talking to the employees?
Yeah.
Funny.
Oh, the very first vacuum you will ever use.
Oh,
With the little balls inside. Yep.
Believe it or
That
not,
was
if you
fun.
get that and swing it at someone, you can really hurt them.
Good to know.
That thing can knock someone out.
No.
Johnny finds multi-purpose use
Yeah.
for these toys.
Yeah.
These
No, if someone
toys
tries to
double
kidnap your
as a
kids, you grab
weapon.
one of those and you just swing away, Meryl. Swing away. Oh yeah.
And it's sit in my butt. That doubles as a weapon.
Oh my gosh.
Supposed to teach your kids how to vacuum, not use as a
Oh,
weapon.
there we go. Viewfinder.
Yes.
Yeah. This brings
Woo,
back so many memories
original.
for me. The
Mhm.
viewfinder.
Mm-hmm.
In case you don't know what it was, you have these little round film
Slide.
things.
They're basically
slide 'em
slides.
in.
Yeah.
And you put it
Mhm.
to your eyes, and then you press the button to switch slide. It's like a slideshow a personalized
Mhm.
slideshow basically,
Mhm.
and you can
Right.
get them for everything. And Disneyland had ones for Disneyland
Mhm.
rides, theme
Yeah.
parks,
Theme parks.
wildlife,
You know what it
Yep.
reminds me of
cartoons. I
too?
remember the cartoons like Snow White, Cinderella. You could buy them for all of them. It's pretty
Mhm.
awesome.
Right. I remember like we went to like I think the zoo or something, and they had something like this where you took a picture and then they put it was little tiny picture and they put it in this like keychain
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
you would
Yeah,
look in the sun
yeah,
and it was
Yeah.
the same kind of
same
concept
thing,
as
but
this, but
single eye. Yeah.
right, and it was your picture of like you and your family or whatever like inside
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
thing.
Oh yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Hmm.
And I think that's the
That
thing
was
though. You
cool.
have to look toward a light source
Toward the light,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
to be
For
able to
sure.
illuminate the whole thing. But you could,
Right.
in regular sunlight, it's perfectly fine as well. So,
Mhm. Lots of fun.
this next one is the
Oh, that looks like
water full ring toss.
that looks.
Ring toss,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I
thought
used
I
the
to
ones
remember
at the
hate
that.
that
carnival
thing.
was hard? Try this one.
I used to hate that. I'd be like, gosh, I would be so mad. You get them all lined up, and then in one false spray or one false pump, and then everything goes. I'm like, oh, come on.
That's how I felt about the Rubik's cube. You get four sides, and then you go to work on that fifth one, and you mess everything up.
They had one with two buttons too, I think, at one point.
Oh, I think so. Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe it. It's such
Dang
a
it.
simple concept.
All these
Right?
bad
I
repressed
know.
memories coming out.
That's something you would find on somebody's desk.
Yeah, right? That's a for sure. It's a
Okay.
novelty for somebody's desk.
It's the same
Um,
thing with the magnet.
Next one is
Yep.
Woolly Willy. I'm not really sure what this is.
This is one I was telling you about before where I had these growing up. I remember playing with them. And it's the same thing with that magnetic doodle board concept
Mhm.
in a sense,
Mhm.
but it had all that magnetic stuff at the bottom there, all that black stuff.
Got
And
it.
then you could, as soon as the pen would touch, it would lift up that black stuff and it would stay wherever you put it. When you were done, you just shook it and it would go back down to the bottom.
Ah,
And
okay.
so you can kind of see it would show you like all different ways you could like add hair on his head or,
Yeah.
you know, draw whatever you wanted with him basically. And but it was something that like I remember like playing with for a little while. And then as soon as like this was a kind of toy that it came that way. It's not like you
Yeah.
unwrapped it or you took it
Yeah.
out or nothing. Like that's what it was. And it was a piece of cardboard.
Mm.
So it would get broken really easily and that stuff would start to come out and be like, okay, it's time to throw away.
Yeah.
It wouldn't last.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I see how it works now. Yeah, I remember seeing this before. Yeah. Okay.
hmm
It's kind of like
it was fun though. I remember playing with it a lot when I was a kid.
Magnets. We were just entertained by magnets.
Right?
Pretty much.
Oh, come on. Slap,
Oh, the
the
slap bracelets.
slap band, slap
You know what's
bracelet.
funny? Lenovo tried to make a phone that does this, but with a phone, and it failed.
Oh,
It failed
did it?
terribly. Yeah,
Oh
I'm sure.
wow.
yeah. But they were the new phones. You could be like that, and it slaps on your wrist. And I'm like, well, I don't want glass on my freaking wrist. What if yeah, but it's funny. What this does, they're trying to make a phone
Painful.
that does it.
Those hurt though. They banned those at schools too.
Yeah. Because they
Or
were
It looks
yeah, they were
too. Yeah.
like you were being assaulted. You were assaulting people with it.
yeah,
Well,
the
they had those
visual-
friendship bracelets when I was a kid in junior high, stuff like that. And I had some girl. I remember one girl made me one, and I didn't know she like
Oh.
handmade it. So I was like, "Oh, thanks," you know.
Hacky sack.
Oh, is that what that is? I never
Yep.
had one, so
I've
I
never
always
either.
wanted one. They had a book like how to hacky sack, and it came with a free hacky sack, but I could never convince my dad to get it.
I never had one either.
Yeah.
But it'd always
looks
be at
so
the bookstore.
hard.
I'm just like, I
Yeah.
I
want
remember
it.
seeing kids do it at school, like they'd take it to school and do
You
it.
know, I wanted
Yeah.
to do it, but I was embarrassed. Like I think I was too embarrassed at the time to try to do it in front of anyone. If I was to get one, I never had one.
I didn't feel
But-
like I was as coordinated to do it. I was like, oh my gosh, no way. I'd be like kicking my legs and it'd be like gone. Oh sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of wish I'd tried at least try to learn, and,
Mhm.
to how to do that.
Mhm.
No, with the feet, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Kick
feet,
it
the
kind of
side.
uncomfortable. Yeah.
What's that? Oh, yo-yo.
Yo
Yo-yo.
yo. So
Sing
that's
for the
another yo-yo
yo-yo.
then.
This is the
Mm-hmm.
if you don't know how to use the other yo-yo.
Oh, this is the one with the sticks, right?
Oh
This,
no.
or
Where you
this is
spin it.
just a wind.
It's a
You don't.
mechanical yo-yo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I see the. I see the.
Oh.
Okay. Yo yo
Fun, fun.
ball. It's that's
Yo-yo.
Annie's
Yo.
saying yo 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 ball.
Never
What's
needs
up, yo?
Okay,
rewinding.
that's the end of our montage there.
Yay.
You know what? This is a lot of content we went through. I don't think we're gonna get through the videos, to be honest, guys. I think we should
Why don't you
actually.
just show maybe like two or like three or four?
We have
Go
like
through
Sure.
some.
I
third.
also have
Yeah.
fun facts.
I
You think
feel. Oh
so?
yeah, let's do. Why don't you get the
Okay,
videos
we're gonna go
ready
through
and
five. Let's do our fun facts with wifey first.
then.
Sure.
So, but I just want to mention if we can't get through all the videos, guys, we are gonna leave a link to the playlist so you can see these vintage videos. They're worth watching. I wish we can get through all of them, but we'll be here till midnight. But
True that. True
we
that.
will put in the description on the Twitch channel. We will put the link to that playlist so you could check them out when you get a chance. They're worth watching. They're awesome. A lot of them bring back so many memories for me. All those lying marketing people back in the day, they really knew how to play the heartstrings of boys and girls. So, wifey, without further ado, fun facts with wifey, everyone.
Sure. So, okay, I got a couple of them. Let's see. The first one I have is about Play-Doh. Play-Doh was originally invented in the 1930s as a wallpaper cleaner.
What?
Yeah,
Sounds
they were
right. Yeah.
they were it says they aren't very effective wall cleaners today. But they used to use them as wall cleaners, and then they removed the detergents in the product once it was marketed
Yeah.
towards kids.
Yeah.
Oh, what did they do? How did they clean? They just like
I
dab them
don't know.
on the walls or something?
I
That's
guess you
interesting.
would rub
Huh.
them on walls. I'm wondering if it's like almost that same thing, like the magic eraser, maybe like that type, like
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That
kind
makes
of
sense.
erase
Okay.
stuff on your walls, or I'm guessing that's what they would use it with.
Mm. Okay. That makes a
Um,
ton of sense.
we spoke
It
about the
absorbs the dirt
yo-yo,
and you would throw it away. Ah, got it. Got it. Got it.
right? Barbie had a full name. I don't know if you guys knew, but her name is Barbara Millicent Roberts.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was her
Oh,
full
Did not
name,
know that.
and then they called her Barbie for short. And yeah, when Barbie came out, Lego is the world's biggest tire manufacturer. The
What?
company makes
Oh,
over 300 million tires a year.
that makes sense.
It's like even
Oh.
more than your normal like real tire like place.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Like the little tiny ones. I'm guessing for the
Right.
Legos.
Yep, I never knew that as well.
Furbies, the little Furbies. We didn't show one of those, but those were those little what do you call them? Little. I guess they weren't plushies, right? Because they were kind of like hard on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like
They're
electronic.
hard bodies.
Right. So they were banned from the NSA headquarters in Maryland because the agency feared that they would hear top secret
Yeah.
conversations
That's
and then
right.
repeat
Yeah.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay, I
Because it
remember hearing that.
listens.
Right. So, and then it comes to say like, that think about like Alexa and Siri and like Google Assistants everywhere now.
Yep.
Like,
Exactly. We're
it's
Not
scared of
just
almost the
that,
Furby.
same.
but everyone's phone can do it.
That
Everyone
Yeah.
is
too.
Yeah.
listening.
Yeah. The patient's name in the game Operation is Cavity Sam.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So he initially had a cavity. That's what he was being operated on, and they ended
I
up operating on his whole body.
Yes,
They're like,
that's his name.
we found some other problems, mister.
Lots of other problems.
Researching his cavity.
Cavity Sam. The
Nice.
Cabbage Patch Kids dolls were one of the most popular toys in the 1980s, generally nearly 2 billion in sales during the decade of November 24th up to now, or until 2021. So they're still
Wow.
selling out there. People still buying them out there. I'm sure it's like in on eBay and stuff like that. But it's, yeah. So it was the most popular toys in the 80s. And the last one I have is, it says, toys have changed over time. Victorian toys were usually made from wood, metal, paper, or china, and they were mostly handmade. Now, compared to now, modern toys are usually made from plastic, nylon, or foam,
Mhm.
and are mostly produced in factories. Toys from the past were often unsafe, which we've discovered a lot of them were unsafe.
Haha,
Literally.
As for some were made with sharp edges and from unsafe materials.
Oh my goodness.
So that was kind of cool. That yeah, the way that the toys were made back then to how the toys are made now. The use of materials that used to use back then. Even like uh, DJB was saying how there's like explosive stuff in the what is it
Mhm.
called?
Etch a sketch.
Etch a sketch. Yeah, like stuff like that. So, but those are all my fun facts. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Nice.
Thank you,
Nice.
wifey. Thank you.
Fun.
You're
Yay.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay,
Ta-da.
so we're gonna present to you right now a little montage. We probably won't get through all of them, but we're gonna show you a montage of some of our retro toy nostalgic commercials. Here we go. Here we go, yo.
First up is a basic game called Americans. The game of Americans is played with two players facing each other with a rope around both ankles. This is called first position. The jumper jumps 4 times over each side of the rope. Then lands, feet together, feet apart, together, then on the jump rope. Now let's try it at normal speed. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, in, out, in, on.
This is the Chinese jump rope, right?
Right.
The Chinese
The
jump
rope
rope,
is moved up
Right.
to second position, or calf level. Jump 1, 2, 3, 4, in, out, in, on. Finally, third level or knee level. 1, 2, 3. If the jumper misses, they lose their turn. Then one of the holders becomes the
Oh,
jumper.
she messed up.
If they succeed,
Oh, she
they
messed
start a new game.
Hey now kids, come gather round. See what just skipped into town. So skip it.
Yo, this is the best one.
Skipping and a screaming and a bop to bop. But the very best thing of all, there's a counter on this ball. So try to beat your very best score. See if you can jump a whole lot more. Skip it. Come on everybody, skip it. Roaring good fun from Tiger Toys.
So last time you were playing Girl Talk, the game with Truth or Dare, and it was so hilarious. Julie had told
That's the one I played.
We were laughing like crazy.
That's the one I
Lisa,
played.
she was next to me, she had to eat a pickle sandwich. Yeah. So me and Jenna had to do a 3-legged race. We went nuts. In the end, I won and got to pick fantasy cards. I couldn't Girl Talk.
Big game of Truth or Dare you can't stop talking about. From the Girl Talk line of games and books.
I read the card. It said the next person who calls him was your future husband. Hey, give that back!
Mouse trouble? Then you need Mousetrap. Mousetrap, I guarantee it's the craziest trap you'll ever see. The first to capture everyone else's mouse is the winner. Just turn the crank and snap the blank and boot the marble right down the chute. Now watch it roll and hit the pole and knock the ball in the rubber duck tub, which fits the man into the pan. The trap is set. Here comes the net. Ouch! Mousetrap, I guarantee it's the craziest trap you'll ever see. I knew you were a winner. Mousetrap from Milton Bradley.
Commercial.
Oh, it's a commercial for crypto. Commercial for crypto.
Darn those. Snuck in.
It looks like the dad's having more fun than the kids.
Lincoln logs are just as much fun today as they were when you played with them. And they're still made of wood. Lincoln Logs from Play School, a Milton Bradley company.
Here's new furnished Barbie Glamour Home. Your parents put it together. Peaches and Queen Barbie sold separately.
We want the grand tour, Barbie.
Hey, girls just love to decorate. Right, Barbie? Barbie glamour home is 3 stories tall, has a porch swing, and all this. Barbie dolls sold separately, new from Mattel.
I just want to say, when a father sees some assembly required, he starts freaking out. Okay, because
That's true.
Totally funny.
Journey to Africa with Simba and his friends in the Lion King handheld game.
Simba. What? Simba. I don't understand. Simba. Oh, Simba.
Destined to be king of the jungle, you help Simba dodge wildebeest and pounce on hyenas.
Man, are they ugly.
Feast on bugs.
Fine. It's satisfying.
Reunite with Nala. And crush the evil star to become the Lion King.
I win.
Tiger's Lion King electronic handheld game. Batteries not included. Batteries not included.
What's that? It's my Furby. Furby loves you, lavender. Tickle me.
Furby, the first gigapet you pet.
Pet.
Teach to say her name.
Me, Noodle.
Play games.
Peek-a-bab. And love you back. Uh-oh. Achoo. Your Furby sneezed. Achoo. And gave mine a cold. Furby loves you, lavender. Me love you.
Furby, the gigapet you really
No more
So ugly. Why was that a thing?
Cries
Oh, I got that.
Newborn baby alive. Drink your juice. It's good for you. Baby tears fall from your eyes. Her diaper sweat. No wonder you cried. Candy spelled baby soft too. Newborn baby alive. Cries when she needs you. Mommy.
Newborn baby alive brings sweats and cries real tears, each sold separately, new from Kenner.
We'll be right back.
Look who's coming to make it great. Yeah, we're making something new with Easy Bake. Really baking. I can bake a real cake. Decorated. Wait till you see what I can make. M&M's cakes. They're so fun to do. M&M's colors and colors for you and stuff from home too. My favorite candy is now a yummy cake because we're really cooking with Easy Bake.
Did not look
Easy
like
Bake
that
oven
when
and
we were
M&M's
done.
brand set sold separately. Light bulb not included. Use stuff from home. Adult assembly required.
Welcome back to Disney's One Saturday Morning.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like something's shaking with Play-Doh. It's Make-A-Meal. Spaghetti Factory and Chef Skillet, each sold separately.
Saturday morning feels right.
Pizza is my favorite dish. Roll the pizza dough. Add the mushrooms, use a knife of pepperoni.
Look at that.
Fry the meatballs nice and brown.
He's not gonna make that.
Make it neat with Play-Doh. You can make a meal.
That's how big.
Spaghetti Factory and Chef Skillet, each sold separately.
That's funny.
He's learning spelling with Texas Instruments Speak and Spell. R-A-I-N. That is correct. She's teaching her brother with Speak and Spell.
Speak and spell.
That is right. They're learning new words with Speak and Spell. But don't tell them they're learning. They just think they're having
They're learning new words, but they're learning to talk like.
words. They can read your stories. Numbers. They make learning fun.
Let's talk, see and say, let's talk fun.
Let your child's imagination take off with The Farmer Says.
Let's talk moo, oi, and cock-a-doodle-doo. Ba, ribbit, and ha-ha-ha. Let's talk meow, quack, quack, and bow, wow, wow. Let's talk, see and say, let's talk fun.
The Farmer Says from
Down the
Mattel.
string.
Let's talk, see and say, let's talk fun.
Announcing the new Easy Bake Oven and Snack Center, making even more treats for you.
Milk toppings on top while you mix a bud cake.
Oh, that's another one.
Easy Bake. Cake, brownies, cookies, and candy.
That's just the start.
Milk butterscotch.
Stuff from home.
Watch. Warm up cheese, even sauces. Look what you can do. The Easy Bake Oven and Snack Center. Making even more treats for you.
The new Easy Bake Oven and Snack Center comes with everything you see here, light bulb not included. Everything you see here.
Henry, will you please see what those boys are up to?
Introducing WWF Wrestling Buddies. Wrestling Buddies from Tonka.
Oh, I remember those.
Wrestling Buddies are looking for action.
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Nothing, Dad.
Who do you think you are?
That's Hulk Hogan.
wrestling buddies want to be your buddy.
Henry, what's going on up there?
Nothing, dear. WWF Wrestling Buddies, new from Tonka.
Yeah, the next bitch is to your house.
Making things look like. What is that? Making things look like great.
Light, the toy that lets you create beautiful pictures with light.
Making things look like.
Work with colorful pegs that glow with light, light bulb not included. Make people, animals, things, and with refills, Bugs Bunny or Bozo the Clown.
Yeah, they have it at the museum.
Making things look like.
You can make lots of pretty pictures with Light Bright from Hasbro. Pictures with Light Bright from Hasbro.
Overload.
Spectrum Internet.
If you think this is magic, watch this. The Etch-a-Sketch magic screen. Turn the dials and like magic, lines appear out of nowhere. But the magic isn't just in how you draw, it's also in how you erase.
She just erased him.
The one and only original
All that hard work.
from Ohio Art. Magic in a box.
That's how you get ahead.
With Video Now, Color FX, you can watch whatever you want.
Wherever you want. There's cartoons,
TV shows,
and music videos.
Cool discs like Jimmy Neutron,
Drake and Josh,
Charlie and AJ,
and Jesse McCartney.
And when you're on the go,
Yeah,
Video
it's
Now
like
is on the go with you.
We'll take you
before the
backstage to
DVD
catch
player.
behind-the-scenes celebrity footage that's only available on Video Now.
Video Now is your backstage pass.
Players and discs sold separately. Batteries not included. Plays only Video Now discs.
I want my Video Now.
Coming at you right between the ears is Hit Clip. Music to get you grooving.
Okay, Hit Clips, of course.
Yeah, I remember those.
Small, but comes that monster sound.
They have these at like McDonald's.
Break sound like this. We clip, 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 and sample songs, so only the groove sticks. Hey, we're all down. Your music, your
It's not even the whole song.
Nope.
Yeah, they did. There wasn't enough space on it to fit one song. You had like a minute.
Sold separately.
Does not play full song. The bottom record.
Sure, son. The mysteries of gravity. Well, could he have unraveled the mysteries of Rubik's Cube? 3 weeks ago, Judge Smith retired to her chambers with Exhibit A, Rubik's Cube. She hasn't been seen since. Warning, once you get your hands on Rubik's Cube, you may never be able to put it down. Rubik's Cube, over 3 billion combinations with just one solution from Ideal.
Here comes Batman and the boy wonder Robin. The dynamic duo leap into the Batmobile in hot pursuit of the Joker with his tricks and the Penguin with his magic umbrella. They are all here in Color Form's Batman cartoon kit. Let's have an exciting Batman adventure. Put the Penguin in Gotham City. Don't forget his umbrella. Now, Batman makes the scene. Pow! Bam! Color Form's plastic pieces stick like magic. Uh-oh, Robin's in trouble. Can Batman rescue Robin? Will the dynamic duo be boxed in? You'll have hundreds of exciting adventures with the great Batman cartoon kit. By Color Forms. What a toy!
Did you know that at the heart of every blow pen is a real brush tip marker? But a blow pen is much more than an ordinary marker. It's a marker and an airbrush in one for cool coloring fun. Blow pens are safe and non-toxic.
Oh, there you go.
Reaches for and up, and the ink dries almost instantly. Did we mention these blow pens are the cool color change kind? Great for sending secret messages. But wait, there's more. We also include a set of our amazing 3D glasses that take your artwork to a new dimension. Plus 10 stencils to make your own masterpieces.
Oh, nice. 3D. Nice.
I don't remember that.
But that's not all. You also get a Color Workshop membership card to visit our website with your parents' permission and download new stencils each and every week. You can call the number on your screen with your paid order. We will also include 2 of our new body art blow pens and reusable stencils to make cool temporary tattoos. You get all this for the price of $19.99.
I never put it on my skin.
Also available for $14.99 our turbocharged foot pump kit with 5 bonus blow pens.
Yeah, there was
Call
a
the
foot
number on your
pump.
screen to order. You must be 18 or older to call. Sorry, no COD.
Are you ready for the wildest paint set you've ever seen? It's
There you
the
go, that.
amazing Rainbow Art Set. Painting has never been
Okay,
easy
this
or
commercial
this much
now
fun
looks familiar to
before.
me.
Create amazing drawings and works of art instantly. Perfect rainbow effects in
Okay,
one
that now
simple
does
stroke.
to
Now
me.
that's magic.
One
As easy as 1, 2, 3.
Life.
Simply dip, dab, and draw. Finally, it's painting made easy, and kids love it. Forget all those messy paint sets. With rainbow art, look, no splatter, no rips, and the colors dry instantly. Amazing. It's the amazing Rainbow Art Set. And
So
as
you
an
can
added
only make
bonus,
rainbows.
you'll receive a set of our amazing color-changing pens. It's a
Oh yeah, I
remarkable
remember
chance to
those
get this
markers.
fantastic art set all
Yeah, I
for
remember those
$19.95 on this special TV offer. The amazing Rainbow Art Set. Here's how to order.
Call 1-800-828-0990. Rainbow Art makes the perfect gift or present.
Ah,
Must be 18 years or older to call. That's 1-800-828-0990.
1995.
Are you ready to have some fun? Well, now you can create colorful works of art
Oh,
in
the
just
black
seconds
paper.
with
That
Marvin's
one.
Magic
Oh
Drawing
my
Board.
gosh.
It works like magic.
Yes, remember
Wonderful, colorful creations come to life right before your eyes. It's easy and it's fun. And look, when you're done, a few quick swipes and you're ready to create another masterpiece. Great for any
Remember,
age.
this guy would be so pro because he just doesn't see
I
it.
love it. Think of it. No paint, no paper, no mess
And I
at
try to
all.
do it, and I'm like,
Perfect
how
on
the
the
hell?
road or in the air. You can pack it anywhere. But wait, you'll also get Marvin's amazing pens. Invisible,
Marvin's
erasable,
Magic.
absolutely amazing.
There goes the
They
pens
come
again.
right before your eyes. Now
They're the
that's
same
magic.
company.
Get this
Oh, no.
complete set for only $19.95. But remember, it's magic. So hurry before this offer disappears.
Call 1-800-909-1881 and order your Marvin's Magic Drawing Board for just $19.95. Must be 18 years or older to call.
The Vikings and the barbarians went to battle.
I always wanted this game.
Crossbows and catapults. They skirmish at the outpost. And at the heavily guarded fortresses,
Oh,
this
yeah,
furious
yeah.
This was like
So fancy.
spies. The mighty Minotaur bellows defiance at the frightful Cyclops, and the earth trembles. Crossbows and catapults by Lakeside. The fantasy adventure with real action. Better luck next time.
I want to bite your finger. It's a Dracula day. Just set the clock.
The most dangerous game ever. The most dangerous game.
What?
If he leaves a mark on your finger, you have to start over again.
I've never seen this.
It's a
But it would
stick,
really
right?
like hurt you.
Sure, but still.
What?
It's a Dracula day.
I want to bite your finger from
This
Hasbro.
is terrible.
I want to bite your finger.
The devil
But it looked like the kids actually had like marks from it.
Yeah.
That I want to bite your finger. They banned it like 6 months later. It was so dangerous because like it would almost break
Oh,
your
I-
finger off when they would put the lever down. Yeah.
I would think
It's,
so.
it's really like piercing your finger.
signal, begin.
Laser tag. It would never be as epic as this though.
I know.
All lies. All lies.
The game that moves at the speed of light. From Worlds of Wonder, Stadium not included.
Stadium not included.
Attack the Autobot Commander! Call it an Decepticon leader!
The Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
If you want to win the game, you gotta take good aim and get the most marbles with your hippo. Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
Hungry, Hungry Hippos is the name of the game, and whoever hippo gets the most marbles wins.
Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
I win!
Hungry, Hungry Hippos from Hasbro.
DJ ate them.
Oh, that was fun. Uh-oh. Did we disappear?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. We're gone. We're all gone.
It says live still.
Oh, you just turned off our Discord probably.
Sorry. I think yeah.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh, it's Discord. Hold on. How come I can still hear you though? That's weird.
Because we're on.
Okay.
Because we're always here. Waiting.
You probably just turned off the OBS.
Okay, there we are.
Well, hello, everybody. Thank you all for being here, by the way. We really appreciate it. This was an opportunity for us to just kind of go down memory lane and look at some of the retro toys that we all either grew up with or were familiar with. The majority of us have all grown up with one of these toys or another. And then when we first presented this to one another as far as our topic, we just kind of went rampant and we were able to include all of the lovely photos and videos as you saw here and lots of fun facts. So we hope you and we hope all of you enjoyed it and were able to at least reminisce with us, or if not, see some of the newer stuff or see some of the toys that maybe we weren't as privileged to have. In my case, I had many. There were many toys I didn't get to have that I was envious of others, but
I think I broke our stream. Sorry, guys.
yeah, looks like we broke.
I
our
don't know
stream.
what
Okay.
I clicked, but
it's all good. Hey, it's all good.
Yeah, I don't know what I clicked. So
we're at the end, so that's good.
We appreciate everything. It's a good timing actually, because we're just at the very, very end of our stream actually. So everybody, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out and for being with us throughout this entire time. Johnny, you want to end with some salutations and goodbyes?
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us. I hope you enjoyed all of these this nostalgic stuff, you know. For me, a lot of these like bring back so many good memories and some bad memories, to be honest. This is
yeah, seriously.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys can stay, we are gonna raid somebody. If somebody can pick someone to raid, and we will go ahead and
I think Rizaline had somebody.
Yeah, I mean, we usually try to raid someone who's also doing talk shows and podcasts, but I didn't really see. I sent it in the Discord chat, but
it's a follow only. Let's see if we can find one more. Anybody here have a suggestion? Otherwise, we can go and find somebody. We try to do talk show for talk show. Let's see if we can find somebody. Yeah, we can't get our video back on.
I don't know what I clicked, but because we're still like our video, like our cams are still there, but it's just not displaying on. I guess I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. I destroyed our video feed, our cam feed. I don't know why. I don't.
There's a podcast going on right now that has one viewer. They're talking about paranormal stuff.
Okay.
Do it.
Sure. What's the
Here, let me copy and paste this so you can have it.
So for those of you guys who are following or who haven't followed, please be sure to follow every single one of these lovely people here on the panel of Mix Talk. Starting with Johnnyfrickinrico, we have our DJB Remix, Rizalineb, Wifey Loves Nerd, and myself. You guys, thank you also very much for hanging out. Okay, and then if you haven't already, let's use this raid call right there, everybody, to raid as we find somebody to raid. Copy and paste that, and we'll go ahead and spread the love, pay it forward, and we'll visit others that we'll visit our raid in a minute. Maybe if you're so inclined, we can all follow them. That would be fantastical.
Okay, thanks everyone for joining us. If you can, we're rating Paranormal Soup right now. And thank you once again, everyone. Have the wonderful rest of the weekend. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Bye.